All right, tonight, this thing's way over there. All right, we got, we're watching the NFL draft tonight. We're going to be doing that. Why don't you watch along with us at home? That'd be great. We have our updated draft consensus board to show off. We got beer, trivia, call-ins, DMs, and some postulations. And by the way, the Pistons of Detroit, baby, are playing basketball. I'm JT. There's a fight. The 50,000-watt voice of the numbers guys fighting the Pistons game. And this show is BS. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ready, dope.
All right, let's do it.
This is the 50,000-watt voice of the numbers guys in
the Motor City.
And now, live from Studio 8B, it's time to BS with the guys.
Oh, what is going on, Numbers Nation? Hey, if you're seeing us on YouTube, man, is it good to be with you? And if you're catching us live, thank you so much for making us part of your evening tonight. A lot of sports on. If you're in Detroit, you got a lot of sports on. It should be a good night. Do me a favor though, if you are watching us live, chime in the chat, say hello. It's really easy to do. Just type a message, say hi, numbers guys. Tell us which one's your favorite. We all know it's probably Rich or Tones. Rich or Tones.
DW.
That's about it.
There's a few DW votes.
Nobody likes us. It's that side over there. That's the side to be on.
We get the ratings.
Yeah, I'm really zoomed in on Rich today.
We're the only ones with butt issues.
Yeah,
so.
I think it brings people together. It's IBS Awareness Month, right?
Yeah.
So that's why.
It is.
I could move back a little bit.
Okay.
That's okay. All right. Also, if you'd rather text us, you can certainly do that. That number is 717-TNG-TALK. 717-864-8255 is that number. Actually, that's the number to call in. I effed that up already. The number to text us is TNG Live 007, also known as 864.
How about to Snapchat us? Which one?
We don't have that.
Oh.
No, you can also catch us on OnlyFans, though. That's at the Numb Guys. at
Always Numb, guys.
At the Numb Guys.
Mm-hmm.
Those phone numbers are going to be scrolling across the bottom of your screen as well. And finally, guys, if we provide you any sort of value tonight, not sure what it's going to be. We're going to be mailing this one in because we're just watching stuff tonight. But
no, we're not going to screw around.
We don't mail
we're not
stuff
going to
in.
screw around, but we're mailing it in a little bit compared to normal.
UPS it.
Yeah. If we do that, give us a like. The thumbs up looks like this, and or your subscription to the Numbers Guys would be big league appreciated. And now with me, folks, as is always, for the entire hour tonight, to my right, your left, the one and only, my hero in Nike, D-Dub.
I was thinking about something the other day, Jimmy.
What was that?
It's kind of funny. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Okay.
It's not really a joke, but it's. I was thinking about this because you're a big
Sorry.
You okay?
You all right?
I was watching Cade miss the
Do you
free
need
throw.
some
God.
Pepsi DC there?
A little backed up.
No, back up.
I was thinking about you like Bill Maher, don't you?
I do. The science guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Wait, no, is that right?
Bill Maher, the science guy?
They're same. They're brothers.
Bill Nye
They're
is
brothers.
the science
Oh,
guy.
Bill Nye is the science
Bill
guy.
Bill
Maher?
Maher is the
Political
non-Catholic,
activist.
non-Jewish guy. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Kind of a comedian.
He's the one that
Occasionally.
I like. I don't like the science guy.
Could I?
I like them both.
Katie
You
has
like them
your
both.
real quick. The sidebar. I could adjudicate.
Sidebar. Yeah, it's your
Katie, has your opinion of Bill Maher changed at all in the last 2 weeks? Okay, good. Continue.
I even watched him with Kid Rock, and I didn't throw up during the entire episode.
Yeah. And you know what? I should like Kid Rock a lot, but I really don't like him all that
Why
much.
don't you like it, right?
Oh,
He's just kind of
He's a Nishan guy.
odd to me.
Does
yeah.
anybody represent in Michigan, Detroit better than Kid Rock promoting around the country?
I don't like his
think so.
music, I think is what it is.
Okay, but nobody promotes our state better than him. I don't
He
think.
No, that's
moved.
true.
Didn't he move away?
He's like in Louisville or something.
Yeah, but he
Nashville,
everywhere.
I think.
He's always
Whatever.
promoting Michigan.
Lives in a White House
you know?
or something. He was, I'd say 10 years ago, but
Yeah.
it's more Eminem these days. Were we talking about Bill Maher?
Grandpa,
Yeah, I'm
Maher.
sorry.
Bill
Got off
Maher.
track there.
Grandpa Eminem.
By the
Bill-
way, not to interrupt you one more time, but I'm going to.
Right.
CW's opening here.
We've got dietitian Katie in the background tonight. She's in the
Background noise.
back
The
there.
background noise.
Background noise.
It's not white noise, but it's
Yes.
by a white chick.
Dietitian Katie.
I couldn't be whiter, but
You're very white, indeed. Okay, I'm sorry. Now
No,
back
I
to
was
what you
to
were
say,
saying about
you're a
Bill Nye.
Bill Maher guy, aren't you?
I like Bill Nye.
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher's the kind of guy.
Who we
We'll
talking
tell
about?
you, Bill Maher.
Bill Maher. Okay.
Yeah. With the double A in the
He
middle.
has that show, Politically Incorrect.
Yes, and the one where he's
not anymore.
drinking
Not
coffee
No, he doesn't. How about the one that he's in his basement with
with a lot of neon light.
yeah.
Yeah.
Club Random?
Yeah. Club Random.
Club Random. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, Bill Maher.
Bill Maher.
He's the type of guy
Mm-hmm.
that tell you he's a pizza fanatic, and then he'll tell you, now listen, what I do here, and he'll start describing that he folds it in half.
Okay.
Okay,
You can only do that to like New York style.
he's
though.
trying to tell you like he's invented. I fold. Nobody's ever done this before.
Oh, like he came up with that concept?
I fold it in half. I pinch the two sides together, and I create like a apparatus to quickly get the pizza to my mouth.
I have a cousin that does
I don't
that.
get that.
No,
I have a cousin that
No.
does that, and he dumps ranch in the middle. He puts ranch and folds it,
come on, pizza is
Oh, he
pizza.
puts ranch in the middle.
and then he folds it like Bill Maher. But this was like 15
Bill
years
Maher.
ago.
Dude, does Bill Maher actually fold his pizza? I think we don't know that.
Bill Maher probably puts a joint when.
Yeah, he likes to smoke the.
He does.
The
He likes
ganja.
the, he
Oh,
likes the
yeah.
good stuff.
Pro
Okay.
green.
Pro green.
Yeah. Green New Deal, he calls it.
Green New Deal. It's very popular.
Yeah.
It's very. It seems like he would have a good voice to impersonate on the show. Like,
I can't try that.
right. Something
That's
like that.
about right.
Yeah.
So what you do with the pizza? I can't. Well, he's got. I got the one part down, but
You talk about Bill Maher?
Bill Maher, superstar.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a place to buy a car, they say. Bill
That's
Maher,
Melfar.
superstar. Oh, it's Melfar. This is really
It's a
confusing. to
different
me
fire.
tonight.
Fire out.
Oh,
How much green is going on before this?
well, thanks for that anecdote. How you doing, Towns?
Doing pretty good. I'm back in the saddle, comfortably in the saddle after a week recovery here. So
Incidentally, can't ride a horse, though, for a few
can't
weeks.
ride a horse and can't do something other explicit, but we'll get into that later. So, yeah, big night in Detroit. Stones back in the playoffs. First home game at our new LCA, or kind of new, a few years old, but two teams
It's new to them.
with no playoff appearances in the last few years. So
I mean,
0.
how old
Hopefully-
is the LCA?
I think 2018, 19, 18.
I feel like
So-
it's been around
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah. So first time with two teams, which is kind of crazy. That's the first time hosting a game. So hopefully it turns out well, and Pistons
for-
could make some work of the
Originally built for
Knickerbockers.
the Wings.
yeah, originally built for the Wings. And it's kind of weird. Like I think last year we were, because the draft was here, people were talking about for months ahead of time. Mm-hmm. It's just like I woke up this week. I'm like, holy crap, the draft is this week. It's like it just kind of snuck up
It
on
snuck
everybody
up.
because I don't know if there's a lull, because we had it here and we were in the festivities last year, got that all planned in.
We were being Billy on the street.
Katrina was out there, and
That's right.
we were having a good old time. And it's kind of like a downer that it's not here this year. So
I will say, I told Mrs. Midwest that last week. It's like I felt like we were literally like 3 weeks ago, prior to that day, dyeing eggs.
Yeah.
This year just went by. From
Yeah, I
April to
don't know
April
why.
went by like lightning,
you're
man.
correct. It was a quick
Really did.
first quarter,
Yeah. Yeah, it
quick
was.
tax season.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, before I introduce Rich, fiance Lauren, she says, hi.
What up, sweetie?
Convincing. Mm-hmm. How you doing, buddy? I like
Still-
that shirt is
I'm
awesome.
trying to
by the
lock
way.
in my Bill Maher for the rest of the show
Is
for
there-
you.
He's not
The new
easy.
show will be on tomorrow.
He's kind of easy because he's got that slow. And by all accounts, to DW's point, he's known as a jerk by everybody, and
Is your
full of
engagement
himself.
is your engagement
Right.
improved
Full
or
of himself.
declined? Is your engagement improved or declined since tax season's over and you actually have more time to spend with your
improved,
significant
yeah.
other?
All my relationships have improved.
Improved?
With you, Daryl, Jim,
I would say we're on an uptrend right now.
my daughters.
Say you're
I'm
right
actually
about
answering the phone, so it's nice.
That is nice.
That's good. That means
yeah.
maybe you're meant to be together with Lauren.
Maybe.
Now that you actually have time to spend with her and it's
Yeah.
going better, it could be a good thing.
Sure. I don't know what happened there.
Well, before we get... Whoa, there it is. How about that graphic? No, what am I doing? My God. No. What
Might as well start drinking. I got
cluster F that was.
4 drinks around me here.
Surrounded.
The draft's going to start here in 10 minutes. 10
The
minutes. So you
national
can see
anthem
that.
is just ended.
There you go. So you can see that first round starts at 8 Eastern Standard Time. You can see that on NFL Network, ABC, or ESPN Deportes.
I have 2 picks, should I?
Yes, you should.
Well, I had the Pistons,
Okay.
but I got a money line, so you can jump in and get a better deal than what I'm offering.
Plus
So
105, I think it was.
I had plus 105, and then I also have 1 unit on the Cowboys to draft Ashton Gente. I think I'll take the lead here if the Cowboys can swing a deal for me.
Do you remember what the price was?
35,000 to 1 or 35?
Oh.
No, 3,500 to 1. Sorry,
Okay.
35 to 1.
How many?
35 to 1 is what it is.
So
yes.
realistically, how many spots do they have to jump to be in the?
12 to 5, basically.
Wow, that's a hefty
I
jump.
like that one.
That's a hefty
It's a
jump.
hefty jump, but the price seems right. And they were connected to him a long time ago, and you kind of didn't hear about him anymore.
You follow the Cowboys much closer. It does Jerry tip his hand at all? Like sometimes the Lions, you don't really know what's going on, and the Red Wings, it seems like our local teams, there's not really a tip of the hand of what's going on.
He doesn't too much. I think he used to, but I mean, it's a different era. I mean, when they were winning championships, there wasn't much, press out there and leaks and stuff like that, like there is now. But I'll tell you what, they don't have a running back. It would make a lot of sense. And at
I agree.
35 to 1 odds, take a swing at it here.
I don't blame you for taking that.
I like it. It's a Jerry move. I don't know if he's dynamic enough of a player. Like he gets enamored with the most.
Well, they're connected with Golden. He's supposed to be their pick to go with Lamb. That's the most popular.
Golden, yeah. That would make sense too.
Although the Lions actually had that guy in too, so you never know though. Like Gente, like they got people talking. He's going to go top 5 now, and then like if draft happens to he starts sliding a little bit. Cowboys go 12 to 8 to get him. That would be far more. The pick is only the Cowboys have to select him. It's not where he has to be picked.
That seems though crazy. The last few years, like thinking a running back might go top 5. Like
I think that's the Gibbs Bijan effect. I think we talked about that maybe last week.
That stirred it up a little, huh?
Yeah. And Saquon too. He kind of willed him to a championship.
Oh, he did. Absolutely.
Normally we get into libation right now, but I think because we got started a little bit late, let's go into the NFL draft, the formula that we had last week. And it's been updated. I updated this. So the way we did this is we used Mock Hive's mock draft ratings to determine which experts to include. So we wanted to include 10 experts. So what we did is we used their ratings, which is based on the weighted ranking system on the Huddle Report's 5-year performance, as well as last year's performance. And then it's modified by their own research to give each mock drafter their personal modifier. So basically, they have their own formula to determine who are the top draftors historically. Then what I did is I filtered out any mock drafts older than 14 days because draft is all about current information. That's what it is. And it's almost impossible to do it correctly anyway. But even then, you definitely want to have the most current information. Then we took the top 10 out of that, and we tried to find a consensus. So compared to last week, this has actually changed because there has been new drafts submitted, obviously, within the last week. And last week, Shane Hollum from Draft Sharks, Walter Cherepinski from Walter Football, Matthew Jones from Fantasy Pros, Forrest N. Long uses his middle initial from the Huddle Report, John Daigle from Established to Run. Those were all part of last week's. This week, though, there's actually, 5 more new ones that have replaced other people. So Jeremiah from NFL.com.
These guys seem a lot more legit, too, than who you had.
You didn't like the Seahawks football blog or whatever that was?
I actually know The Athletic is that seems to be like the leading sports news thing these days.
Yeah, Pro Football Focus. So you got Brugler from The Athletic, Trevor Sikkema from Pro Football Focus, Brandon Donahue from Sharp Football Analytics, and Lou Pickney from Mock Draft NFL. And then here's what happened.
I wonder if Trevor's related to Via Sikkema.
I don't know who that is.
No, the old Eagle punt returner back in the day.
Oh, it might be.
It's spelled different.
No, it's spelled different. Okay, then it might not be. Why would you ask that question if you knew the answer, Rich? I thought you were literally.
I thought Daryl was
legitimately
going to
inquisitive.
jump all over.
So
That was too obscure for me.
Wow.
there's that much consensus in the top three?
Yeah,
Is
so
that pretty
based on our
locked in?
consensus model,
Okay.
the top three are locked in. 10 out of 10 of these guys. Pick Cam
Wow.
Ward to go first, Travis Hunter to go second,
Okay.
Abdul Carter to go third.
Okay.
Also, Will Campbell is now minus 475. 90% of the top 10 draft doors have him
That
going
was your boy last
four.
week, wasn't it, Daryl?
That's the one I've heard the most consensus about, other than maybe Cam Ward and Trevor. Yeah, I guess they're all, for me, the top four is all pretty much the same. Although, have we seen Carter and Hunter flip flopped or no?
There's late word that Jacksonville's trying to get Hunter, but I'm not sure
Now, is
what
he
position that is.
Is he primarily going to be receiver, cornerback, or is it depending on the team?
I think it depends on the team. I mean, I would guess that they're going to use him more as a cornerback and put what I've heard is like package like plays for him on offense because he wants to do both.
That would make more sense, right? Play primary defense and then come in for a few.
Yeah, like
special
Deion
plays.
kind of used to do back in the day.
Yeah. Yep.
I tell you what, Jim, I like some of these. There's some like great odds out here though. Jackson Dart plus 500. I don't know if you can get that at number 9 right now. That might have been good like a day or two ago, but I think it's pretty locked in right now.
Yeah, this was as of about
be curious what
1
that
o'clock
is.
this afternoon. So
Is it?
it could have changed. Could have changed since then.
It's crazy how much news comes out on this stuff.
That's exactly right. So you're a damn fool if you're like me and you bet this a week ago. That was incredibly stupid. But we'll see. Maybe it turned out to be okay.
Are you betting the long dogs or are you taking favorites at that point?
I have what I took last week. I'll see what happened. But Will Campbell definitely has moved substantially, and I think he was minus 150 last week. So that would have been one to get on.
Should
Yeah.
have got on that one.
Mason Graham, 60%. He's went down. He went down from last week to go number 5. Number 6, Ashton Genty, plus 400. Down from last week. I think he was 60% of the draft doors had him this week. He's 50% of the draft doors. Membu. Now, this is an interesting one. So, more consensus on Membu. However, the odds have went the opposite way. Yeah.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. So if you trust the public or if you trust bettors more than you trust the experts, then Membu is probably not the guy. Going 7th, Jalen Walker, up 80%. Jalen Walker.
Is that your steal of the draft, Jimmy?
I don't remember. I have my picks coming up here that I had last week, so I will look at that. Jackson Dart going 9 plus 500. Like Rich said, he likes that one. 30% of the experts have that. And new this week compared to last week is Tyler Warren, 60% in the 10th slot. Mm-hmm. Last week it was actually it was Genty, I think, again, was the most popular 10th pick.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he was on there
'cause
twice.
Chicago wants them. It's just a matter of they're going to pay to go up to get them. But then, Tyler Warren's not a bad second fallback option for them. They can't get him.
Yes.
Ben Johnson putting together kind of that Lion offense out there. He needs a tight end, needs a running back.
Exactly. Exactly. This is what I played on 417. So I have 2 units on Graham at minus 130 at 5. Number 5 pick. I have 1 unit at Genty at 6, minus 125. I have 2 units Walker at the 8 pick at plus 150. Then a half a unit on both Dart at 9 and Genty at 10, plus 550 and plus 300 respectively. So we'll see how that shakes out. If it's anything like last year, it's not going to shake out very good.
Yeah, there's always surprises.
There is always surprises.
Always big surprises.
Yeah. So if you tailed me, all but 2 of those have moved away from me. Yeah. Hate to see it. Or at least as of 1 o'clock. Now, maybe now. I haven't looked. Maybe they moved back, but as of earlier today, they moved away from me. All right. That being said, it's time.
Tasty beers or fine bourbons for our face holes to try. It's libation exploration with the numbers guys.
And we're back in Studio 8B. Beautiful night here in the studio. It's a little warm. What's the temperature outside, guys?
About 80?
About 80?
I think during the day it's low 70s.
71, okay?
It got
Feels like 80.
pretty
Real
toasty.
Phil.
Yeah, the real feel. The Richie real feel.
Well, when you've been in the 50s, 40s for a long time.
That's what I
Yeah.
called when you didn't.
The relative feel,
Never mind.
I would
Never
say.
mind. Relative feel.
It's warm.
Yeah, it's probably about 80 in here right now. Not too bad. It's
Actually,
comfortable.
not-
It's got short sleeves.
Not too bad.
Yeah, not too
It's
bad.
not bad for a sauna.
Compared to the old studio. I mean, this is like living large. Libation exploration. This is where we explore a libation. Tonight's libation, both. We got two of them tonight, both courtesy of D-Dub, which was also nice of you, D-Dub. Thanks, buddy.
What can I say?
Well, we have a whiskey from downtown as well.
Oh, we got a whiskey as well?
Yeah. Or bourbon.
Did not know that. I did not know that.
My rosé.
And Katie's back there. She's got rosé, courtesy of Katie.
I don't think we've rated wine, have we? I don't know.
I am not drinking
I'll find
rosé.
out when wine month is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
wait.
Yeah.
You said it's IBS month?
IBS.
Irritable bowel syndrome?
There we go.
What do you want to do, Jimmy?
Why don't we do the Corona?
Yes.
Yeah, I
'cause
think we're all
that
open.
has produce in
We're
it.
all opened up here.
Let me just put a piece of
Produce.
lime in this thing.
Almost done. It was terrible.
You know what I'm gonna do? Here,
Is RFK banned
this.
limes yet? Or is that still good?
first
I was
beer.
gonna put limes in the water instead of fluoride.
Oh, that sounds good to me.
Don't be talking shit about RFK over there, Katie. Come on. It's not cool.
That's a no-no.
Not
This,
Everybody here loves RFK, even Daryl.
I don't like him
Why don't you like RFK?
because he's killing kids out there,
He's not doing anything.
killing them.
He's crazy.
It's,
A little bit of an addict.
Crazy like a
Somewhere.
fox.
I'm not sure why
Crazy.
he's in charge of the entire medical setup of our country.
I'm putting my lime in here.
So I think this is almost exactly the same as every other Corona.
Let's see. This is Corona Familiar because you're part of the family.
it's
Get
because
it?
it's familiar
It
tasting.
doesn't smell skunky.
Okay, that's one of the best beers are meant to be shared. A fuller flavor and higher ABV. Also available in 32-ounce packaging if you want to.
Similar flavor, but yeah, it's
4.8 is the alcohol by volume.
definitely a little more bold. A little more bold than the Corona.
It's supposed to have like a different color or something? Oh, it's a little darker.
It's a little bit darker.
So I drink a lot of Corona Lights. So I don't know, like regular Corona to this, how much difference?
I feel like it tastes close to the regular Corona.
Yeah,
for sure.
not-
Doesn't have that light beer.
Yeah.
Little, light beer's got a little more of a watery taste.
Yeah.
I give it a
I think it's good.
3.8. I think it's just as good as any other Corona I've ever had. And I'm not saying it's adventurous or anything like that, but it's still a 3.8 all day long.
So you give a
Same alcohol content too.
this one's supposed to have more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it says with higher ABV. Fuller flavor, higher ABV, 4.8.
You could still change your score.
You don't think you could drink a full case of this and
Not at 4.8.
Give it a try. He's gonna give it a try.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I don't quit, but
Ain't no quitter.
ain't
Too
no
legit.
quitter. So you give a Corona Extra, like a regular Corona, you give that a 3.8 as well?
yeah, I think that's just a pretty standard all day drinking beer.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with that. Okay. What do you think,
And
Tones?
I give Tones a 5 for bringing in the lime.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Tones,
That
for the
probably
line.
helped with the rating system.
Yeah.
I would still take a regular Corona or Corona Light over this.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna go 3.9. Yeah. I love all the Corona lineup, but this would be my least favorite of them.
I'm lockstep with you guys. I don't understand where this fits in the line
Yeah.
of things. Like,
They're
what?
trying to jam too many in their lineup. I think.
Little lager.
We need like a diesel plus. Is that what we're thinking here? Like the hang with the bigger
This is
alcohol
like
volumes.
the what is that? What's that gas? E something.
Ethanol? 85? E85?
This is like the E85 of the Corona lineup. So.
Yeah. I never even heard of this. And I just wonder how much of the same thing can you actually pump out there, and people are gonna buy it. Be like, yeah, I gotta have that Familia.
It's too similar. You gotta.
I don't know who your friend is, but Light was so last year. I need the Familia.
You need- So they got Premier. They got, in order of ABV, probably is Premier,
They probably have a
Light,
zero.
Extra, and Familiar. And you're probably right. They probably have a zero.
It's like if Coke carried Coke and New Coke at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They just ran with both.
I mean, it's just as good as I like Corona Light a smidge bit more than Corona. I mean, I'm with everybody else. I'll go right 385 right down the middle of Tones and Daryl there. So
Split it.
This to me is, it tastes a little bit more, what's that word I'm looking for? Corny?
Corny? Huh. Corny.
A little bit more corny, but not really bad. And And with the lime, all these beers taste pretty much the same anyway, I think.
Yeah,
So,
that's all you taste is the lime.
yeah, you just kind of taste the lime. So 4.8 ABV. I'll give it points for a little bit extra on the ABV. What is the Corona Extra
Oh, yeah,
ABV?
4
4.5?
Oh, really?
I don't know.
I was thinking
Extra?
4.2 maybe.
So we established Premier is lighter than light, right?
That's the 3
And-
point. What is it?
That, I don't. Out of all of them, that's my least favorite.
Yeah.
But I think those are too similar, though. I think
I don't like I think the Premier is just too watered down.
Yeah.
It's like too much, not tasting like beer.
I don't think they need the Premier. I think just run with the Corona Lights.
They don't need the
Extra.
Familia either.
You don't need Familia. I think you run with those two, and everybody hitch a train to one of those.
Brought in the Familia. We should really appreciate it.
We do appreciate. Katie, you want to sit there? You be on a microphone at least? No.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either get up on that microphone. Either get up on that microphone or clam up because it's like sort of halfway in between right now.
I could like half
It's
hear
just
you.
sort of like doesn't make any sense.
When I have more to say.
That's what I mean.
It's 4.6, by the way.
4.6.
4.6 is the regular Corona, or Corona Extra, as you might be calling it.
Okay.
This is 4.
That's not much of a
So
boost.
not much of a boost.
How much more is it? It's twice as much.
So you're telling me at the Corona board meeting, this guy's like, I got an idea, guys.
People are clamoring for 0.2% more booze,
4.6 just ain't getting it done.
That tastes a tad stronger than regular Corona.
and we charge double.
And we call it Familia.
Familia.
3.8. It's a
There you
3.8.
All day.
All day, 3.8.
I think that's
good.
Wait.
Drink it.
It's,
I'm
good.
gonna.
It's fine.
I'm gonna make a bold statement right now.
Yes, sir.
I think this is the closest all of our ratings have ever been together on one beer.
That's a good point.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I mean, Corona is just anytime anybody hands you a Corona, you're not going to say no.
No, of
Especially
course
when
not.
Tones brings the limes, for Christ's sake.
Bring the
That's a big.
limes and the coconut.
I mean, I guess maybe 3/8 are baseline from what's good and bad. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's nothing bad about it.
There's nothing bad
It's
about
It's
it.
drinkable. It's tasty.
It's very
Like it.
good. Goes
Yeah.
down quick.
Well, this next one is what I'm excited for.
I am
Jimmy.
too. I am
Okay.
too.
This is one for Tones.
This is
Okay.
for Tones.
Citra?
Jared, you want to dedicate this
This has
to
got the
Tones?
Citra hops,
I love Citra.
and
Oh, by the way, but-
this is the last.
Not
Of
to
the,
interrupt you again.
this is
there.
the last of the funeral beers, Jimmy.
Katie, would you like to let me pour some for you?
The last of the
This is the
funeral
last
beers.
of the funeral beers.
Yeah,
beers.
this is
I wish I had a dirge. I could
dedicated.
play.
We're gonna pour a little out over here.
No, don't do that. You're going to electrocute yourself.
Angie's cousin Greg.
No, I'm sorry to
Who's
hear about
now,
Greg.
Give
How
us
old
one
is
of-
Greg?
Greg was
Holy
59-ish.
Oh, gosh.
Foaming that thing.
So
59-ish.
yeah,
Where is he? Oh, Katie's here.
Katie's.
53 is I want to change.
There's Katie. You okay, Katie?
You're rearranging furniture?
You gonna spin it around there?
Game, I gotta make sure.
Okay, no, that's cool.
What if our
We can
fans
use over
this
here
is,
too.
What if our fans want to see you?
You want me to turn your
IBS?
microphone? I'll turn your microphone.
IBS month.
You want to talk about IBS?
Maybe Tourette syndrome month.
So, is IBS mostly genetic or is it caused by diet?
They went into all of that
I promise I don't have her on the camera here.
What's
Go
that?
way.
for an hour, and
Okay.
I kind of forget. The main thing I learned from my continuing ed
No, you
today
can't.
was
The game's gonna be.
do not load up on probiotics after you're done with antibiotics, thinking you're helping.
Oh,
That increases your antibiotic resistance.
oh, so you got to spread it out. That's
Yeah.
been your issue all this time.
My issue?
Yeah.
Here's a tissue. Hold on. Before we go any further, not realtor. Oh my gosh. Fiance Lauren.
Fiance.
Lauren
Say.
says,
To say.
why, Rich, I'll let you answer this one. Why is the NFL commissioner getting booed?
Because we don't like him.
It's just a tradition. I
Why
think.
don't you? Is there a specific
It's like
reason?
the national anthem. No,
Did you
there's no
see the
reason.
movie Concussion?
No.
In,
Oh wait, but every sport
That's
though.
not why anybody. boos him.
Generally, like Gary Bettman in hockey always gets booed like crazy
Yeah.
too. But
Yeah.
but everybody got booed last year at Detroit. Everybody. Unless it was a lion,
yeah,
they got booed.
I just don't know. I think just fans don't like the commissioners for some
Yeah, but when
reason.
he goes down and shakes everybody's hand, you can't. You gotta knock people out of the way. So
Yeah.
it's just like it's just a thing.
it's
like
a love
people-
hate until you could meet them.
Yeah, I mean, when he was shaking hands, everybody was taking pictures with him. No one was calling him names, or everybody's having a good time. I mean, it's just a funny thing. I think that started. I don't know. How long has this guy been commissioner now? 20 years.
It's been a
Yeah,
long
long
time.
time.
dude.
Yeah, at least.
It's been a long time.
Pablo
Nobody's
Tagliabue retired at one point. Right?
Pablo. The Titans are on the
Titans
clock.
are on the clock.
fellas.
Yep. On the clock. This started pretty much on time, unlike the numbers guys. Before we get into that next beer, D-Dub, here is our rating scale. This is the uniform ratings for beer or other booze scale, also known as your boobs. 5, driving across town for this shit. 4, you're going to buy it with no hesitation. 3, you're not going to kick it out of bed. 2, you're going to choke it down for the show so you don't look like a biatch. And 1 is a hard pass, nastier than Flint's water. And that Corona fit right in between not kicking it out of bed, and you're going to buy it without no hesitation. So go ahead, D-Dub. Talk about the beer.
It's okay. I mean,
Oh, we're on the next one.
What is it again?
I don't waste.
Hubbard's Cave?
this
Let me
is
pull this
Hubbard's
up.
Cave. This is part of a trilogy, I believe. Everything we had, I think, was from Hubbard's, wasn't it?
Oh, like Star Wars.
That
think so.
Angie brought in.
I think so.
Yeah. So
Let me see if I can find it.
it's not really doing it for me, but I do like the fact that it's like 8.5%. So
8.5%.
Is it
yeah,
fruity?
8.5%.
That's gonna knock you on your keister, Katie.
So
You're welcome.
I give it a 3. I also give it a 3.8 because
Give it a
I have to drink 2 of those to get to one of these.
Sure. Oops, this is the wrong one. Okay, so here we go. This is
Oh, we have the Giants have offered multiple picks to Titans, including the 2028 first round pick.
ooh drama.
Was there talk that
I like
first
this.
pick could get dealt?
No, it's the first I've heard of it, but
Yeah.
that's what Adam Schefter says.
The Schefter.
The Schefter also has a mock draft, by the way. So D-Dub, I'm sorry, you gave this a what?
3.8.
A 3.8.
It's very reminiscent of the last score I gave for the Corona. 2 different types of beers.
Okay.
I don't enjoy this one as much as the Corona, but if I drink this one, I'll be about the same shape as 3 of those Coronas would have been.
That's true. So suffer through it.
And you won't have to go to the bathroom as often.
That's a good point.
Is there
From a
is
dietitian's
Sure.
perspective.
Bladder space.
Yeah, we think about those things. Toms, what do you get us?
So yeah, Citra's my jam. This 8% beer, pretty solid.
8.5.
8.5, even solider, and not too bad on the back end with the lingering taste that I usually
It's not the first time you
not
heard
like
that this
IPAs,
week.
but I'm pretty versed on the back end, and so
You wrote the book on
Happy
the back end,
IBS
Towns.
month.
Yeah.
I would give this a 4 flat. That's pretty solid beer. 4 flat.
There you go.
Ricci.
Yeah, I'm usually with tones on these, but not this time. I don't know. This one doesn't get it done for me. I need more Citra.
More Citra. Could use a little more Citra. I should have
Too
put
hoppy
another
for me.
line in here.
Yeah, I don't know. Where did we rank the other trilogies? Dubs?
You guys really liked one of them, for
Did
sure.
we?
Was that 2 weeks ago? Or yeah, you and Tones were all over that
Yes,
thing.
I did like the last
All right. Well, I guess I'm more of an Empire Strikes Back fella because I'm gonna go 3.6. It's not terrible. High alcohol volume. Just the taste isn't there for me.
Yes, I get it.
Let's throw Katie in the mix here. Dietitian Katie, what do you think?
Do you like IPAs?
I like all beer, but I have celiac, so I shouldn't be drinking any of
Is-
them.
is-
So
we
I'm
got
gonna. What
EpiPen
is the highest
around here?
number? It's 5
Okay.
because I'm like,
Towel,
yay, I'm
maybe?
drinking beer.
Is gluten levels different on the strength of beer? Like, is IPA a stronger gluten content?
I don't know if they are made with barley.
Gluten?
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be my issue. But every celiac is different. But I love beer. I miss beer. So these
That's
were
why
both
we're pouring you
delicious.
some.
Yeah,
That's
these
why
are
we poured you
delicious. This is kind of fruity. I don't know, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. Sure.
So this was fun, but this was what do you it tasted like, oh come on, like not Mexican beer. Like Molson or Labatt's to me.
Ecuadorian beer.
This didn't taste. It tasted like regular beer, not Mexican beer.
Okay.
Okay.
You like Corona,
Regular
though,
beer.
general? Do you like
Yeah,
You do?
yeah. This is not skunky. Like I like the skunkiness of Corona.
Okay.
And this was missing from that. So the Familia needs to put the skunky back in there.
They need to invite the skunk back
Yeah.
to
Bring
the
the
Familia.
Familia.
Like the
skunky
skunky
back.
But this is yummy and
That's
fruity.
JT also.
The original.
No, I was the original. Fucking guy's a biter, as we used to say in the rap game. This beer, okay, folks at home, if you like grapefruit, if you eat grapefruit like I do, where you take your grapefruit and you put sugar all over, you cut it in half and you slice it, you score it, and you put sugar all over the top, and then you eat the grapefruit out, and then you take the thing after and you squeeze it into your glass. You squeeze it as hard as you can.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
I do
saying?
do
And
the
it's like the
grapefruit.
delicious juice that's mixed with sugar comes out into your cup, and then you drink that. You get like that much at the bottom.
That's the most passion of grapefruit I've ever heard.
That's what this tastes like, man. This is good shit right here. Except this one gets you drunk. So I'm going to give this a 4.8.
Wow.
This is exceptional. I like
Jim's
this.
back.
I like this. And here's your color. It's hazy.
He dialed that up.
That tastes like you're eating a gosh dang grapefruit right there.
Jim is he's kind of been
I
off the
like fruit.
IPA.
He's
I
gonna be
try
stopping
make
on
it
the way home to grab some of
specific,
this.
But yeah.
Gonna have to
You
stop in
taste it,
Chicago.
Katie?
Chicago.
Do you taste that grapefruit? Like you
Now,
squeeze
after
the.
you said that, I just smelled fruit initially. I didn't know specifically grapefruit, but yeah, I got you on the grapefruit.
Got
But
me on
that's
the
not how I
grapefruit.
eat it. I eat it like an orange, and I just eat the sections like an orange.
Oh, okay.
The dietitian doesn't pour sugar
You
all
don't put
over
sugar.
everything.
Yeah, I learned that in
Diabetes.
a song from Def Leppard. I don't know
A
if you
Def
guys ever
Leppard,
heard
yes. But my grams used to do that, and she had like the little pokey spoon.
that. She had the spoon, designed specifically for
Yeah.
grapefruit cutting. Yeah. Okay. Wow, that was delicious. This is still delicious. I can't wait. If anybody doesn't want the rest of theirs, I'd be happy to take
Yeah,
those
you can
out.
have it if you want it.
You don't want it? You don't like it?
Yeah, he didn't like it.
Nah.
All right. I'll drink that. That is tasty. Again, I'm going to put this up here. This is Hubbard's Cave Brewery
Hubbard.
in Chicago, Illinois, and
Chicago.
we appreciate Angie's cousin passing away. We don't appreciate that, but we appreciate the fact that he passed away and that we're able to enjoy
Rest
it.
in peace. How many
Yeah, rest in
times
peace,
can Braylon Brunson fly across the floor every time and get a call?
That's what he
Like,
does. He just falls
That's like
down.
the whole series. It's ridiculous.
I hate these
This
fucking
coach was
guys. I hate
complaining
them.
about. The coach was
Yeah,
complaining
it's like they
about.
get enough calls.
Hate
It's that's all this is. Is like watching him
They're
flop
flopping
all
like
over the
bananas,
place. He
for
just
sure.
took a defensive flop, and then
Why can't they do like hockey where they penalize for diving?
it's
You know
hard
what
to
I'm
watch actually because that's like their only offense
saying?
is
Like hockey,
watching him
there's a
flop.
diving penalty. Why can't they dive?
Well, they had that fight a
Well,
little
they
bit
call
ago.
it though. Why do
just
they
let
give
them
him the
fight
call
like they do in
every
hockey?
time?
Yeah.
That's
by
not fun to watch.
By the way, Cam Ward went to the Titans. Cam Ward went.
shocking.
Yeah, no, everybody's shocked by this.
So there was.
I mean, honestly, like at some point, though, if a team's throwing picks at you, like you gotta.
I would think
consider
about it. Is Cam Ward a slam dunk like
I don't think so.
top end quarterback?
What,
I don't
he's
know.
the Miami. He's
Yeah.
the first pick. This is the first pick.
Yes, first pick.
Remember
Still
last
got like
year?
what 29 for the Lions to go or 30? What are they? 30,
27 to go.
27?
Unless they trade.
They could trade.
Yeah.
I could see them.
Is neighbors Daisy coming by?
I think she is right.
Word on the street. She was coming.
That's gonna explode.
Oh, that's
We're down the
nice
street,
of you,
like
Dubs.
Sesame Street.
You done fucked up now. All right, next up. What do we have? NFL draft. I went out of order with that. Let's do trivia.
Let's do trivia.
Oh, I guess they're skipping your bourbon, Rich.
Oh.
I forgot about the bourbon. We'll do that.
Knock out trivia and then
We
we'll do
can-
it.
come back around to it.
Numbers guys trivia.
We'll spread it out a little.
Oh, yeah, I don't want the damn ice to melt. So we'll do numbers, guys, trivia in 1 minute. First, we have to
Okay.
do bourbon while we're waiting for pick number
We
two,
got some cups over there.
which is
on
Jacksonville. The Jags.
JT,
I got big cups.
you got big cups.
I got a couple of
That's
them.
all we have.
How many do you guys got?
On Detroit.
I got one here.
basketball.
You got 3. You can drink out the
Let
bottle,
me see if
Rich.
this. I'm gonna go check back there.
Yeah, I think there's some back there.
1 second.
All right.
I should go do it for you.
You got more
but-
beer over here, Jimmy.
Oh, I'll drink some beer.
What's he checking?
Okay.
We may have to do Dixie cups. Katie,
What?
We have a grab bag of beer. I brought in a cooler while these dingbats talk of beer, assorted beers from my fridge.
Yeah, I really
They're all
appreciate
set to expire any month
Right.
now.
it. But not yet,
So-
right?
No, they're still good.
Still
I mean,
good.
if Christmas is good, on the fringe.
I'll do
Yeah.
mine in a. Dixie.
So, what should I do? Should I reach into the bag and just grab one for you?
Well, I'll
Here's-
tell you what, I got quite a lineup here now
Well, okay, you let me know.
Someone's going to the Jaguar.
because I'm enjoying this.
Or
I'm
does it
enjoying
have-
this a lot.
There you go.
This is a really tasty.
There you go. The Jags have traded up to the
Oh, they
second
traded
pick.
up?
Oh, there was a trade. Drags have traded up.
Who are they taking?
Gotta be Hunter.
They trade out. Probably.
That'd have been a nice pick last week. Jags to Hunter.
Yeah.
Probably some Dallas.
Thank you.
Or we'll put it here.
Interesting.
We gotta pour.
Okay.
We gotta
It's been a while since we've had like a big move like that in the draft. I feel like 5 to
Katie, let me
2.
put a cube or 2 in there.
I think you're right, man. They always talk about all these trades that are going to happen early, and they never do. Seems
Guys,
like.
while they're doling out the bourbon, let me tell you what my picks were this week. It's not that I'm gonna recommend to anybody, but on the bottom 19 picks for Shador Sanders.
Okay.
As far as they were weighted, they were all plus 15,000.
Plus
So
15,000.
150 to 1.
And what was the pick?
For that they would pick Shador Sanders.
The who would?
19 the bottom 19 teams in the odds.
Okay. I got you.
Okay, so they're all 150 to 1.
All right.
And I put like a
Just
tenth of a
regular?
unit on each
From
one.
the
That's a good
store,
idea.
or was it-
And I'm just curious was why I just want to track it, you know,
Sure.
Let
see
that
what happens because I
simmer.
really thought when you don't know where a guy's going to get drafted, whether it's going to be in the first or the
with
second
nice
round,
kids called
probably,
Right.
Probably the second round.
hey.
Second round.
The
Ben Stiller is in the house.
Is he supporting the Stones or
The
did we give
orange.
Jimmy one?
the Orange team? No, not yet.
Just what I needed.
So I'm curious
I like that. That's an
if
interesting play.
how that'll go.
For sure. And by the way, Jag's still on the clock. They got 3:58 left to go.
Almost hoping I don't win that bet because really wanted to put more on it.
Here's the trade
Yeah.
details too, Jimmy. You got the giving up just a fourth and sixth rounder. It looks like to swap 2 to 5. No, gave up next year's first rounder,
Next year's first.
second and fourth. That's who they got back. Okay, so basically a first rounder, and then they swapped a couple picks.
And that was just to move one spot.
3 spots.
Three spots. Okay. 3 spots.
Yeah, but those top 3 guys are regarded as the top 3 players. So
Of course. Of course.
So you got to pay. Got to pay
got
to
to
play.
pay to play.
Got to pay to play.
Real quick, I'm not even looking at it, but I know Chris Pena's in the house. He says,
Pena.
"What up, boys? What up, Quiz? Neighbor Stacy's here now, too. This is quite the party." Hold on a second. That was for Chris.
Quiz.
And that was for neighbor Stacy. Quiz. You watching the draft, Quiz? I hope you are. Maybe you should chime in and let us know what's
Let us know
happening, 'cause-
how Taco Mac was when you went.
Yeah, he was at Taco Mac this week, for sure. Richie, what kind of bourbon is this?
One of the bankers I used to work with brought it by for tax season. It's made by Valentine Distillery down in Detroit. What's it called, Daryl? Pingree or something like that?
Mayor Pingree or
Mayor
Pingree?
So local distillery, made in Detroit.
I'm going to try to look this up here.
6th-year batch, I believe it says on the bottle somewhere.
Mayor Pingree?
Pingree.
All right, here it is.
Age 6 years. Is that good?
I think that's a little light for. 10 years is kind of considered a
Wow, look at all this. Look at all these awards, Rich.
mid-size. Yeah,
They got gold medals.
I've had their vodka before. I've never had their whiskey or bourbon, whatever they call it. But
Interesting.
yeah,
I
I think
love-
it's in Corktown, basically. The
Okay.
Bottle
distillery.
of whiskey is a marriage of our own Ferndale, Michigan triple pot distilled bourbon and the finest Lawrenceburg, Indiana traditional column distilled bourbon casks.
Jaguars
Oh, they
pick
make
is
it
in.
in Ferndale.
I think that's how they get away with calling it bourbon is they get the casks from Kentucky. Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
We are honored to share these rare and exceptional
Rare
barrels
earths?
with you.
Oh, okay.
Hazen S. Pingree, mayor of Detroit, 1890 to 1897.
Says a couple terms before Dugan.
Couple before,
Say before
Mayor
Coleman.
Coleman.
Before Coleman.
Coleman was there for like 50 years.
He passed
so,
the
yeah.
torch to Coleman.
He was the first to put the prostitutes on 8 Mile. Pingree.
He was. Yeah, he put him out there.
It was
By the
legal
way,
then.
There's prostitutes.
double gold medal given to Valentine Distilling by the Valentine Distilling Committee on bourbons.
Have you had a
That's not true.
chance to taste it yet, Jimmy?
I did.
Pretty
I
tasty.
could have just
Really
drank this whole thing incredibly quickly because it is that smooth.
Really smooth.
I drank it like it was a beer.
Kind of flavorful. It does have the heat is very light on the back end. Maybe that's because it's only a 6 year. I don't know. What's the alcohol?
95.
Still 95 proof. So we're not messing around
Oh,
here.
it's 95 proof.
That seems high.
Little high.
That's good.
Little high.
That's yeah.
You know, Pingree was considered one of the greatest mayors in U.S. history.
I didn't. I always put Mayor Bloomberg up at there.
Well,
He was a
was he-
champion for the Detroiter
Was he
fighting monopolies and corruption.
Was he buddies with Henry Ford, like getting them rocking and rolling?
Jeez, you probably would think so, right?
Yeah.
When did the assembly line get invented?
Early 1900s. Right?
That was already past Pingree's time.
It was past, but he might have gave him the, give him the free reign to
Probably not
start
going to be
building
able
it.
to drive
We
after this.
honor,
Let's say this is like a.
we honor the enduring spirit of Old Ping
It was a Pinder pint
Old
of
Ping.
bourbon.
with a whiskey for the people.
I'll tell you what, this is pretty
Cheers.
solid entry into the bourbon market.
Jimmy, I don't know if you're going to like this or not, but this was grown climate smart.
Well, I do appreciate that.
You do?
That's part of the
I
Green
thought
New
that
Deal.
would be a turnoff for you.
No, I like our climate. I don't want our climate to change. I just think that a lot of that's bullshit.
Oh.
But
There's such thing as cycles on the earth. Right?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's more than. The Jags still nothing. By the way, Chris says we are praying for an edge rusher.
How about some Mason Graham in your face? How's he like that?
What number the Hawk? Or the
On his
Hawks.
face.
Oh my God, the Falcons got Chris. Do you know? I don't know. I should know this.
I don't know.
Yeah.
How about the Lions, though? Who are the Lions going to draft?
Somebody said Will Johnson's on their radar.
I heard that.
Oh, I hope not.
You don't want to go corner?
No.
You don't want to go corner?
No,
What's your
no.
position of choice?
Offensive line or defensive line? 3-point stance.
3-point stance.
That might be a fiance question.
I've never heard of that one.
That's a Rich
Is that in the
Papa
Kama
move.
Sutra? Hey, Lauren.
I don't think it would be
chime
hard.
in on the.
I don't think it would be
3-point
hard for you
stance.
to reenact a 3-point stance, Jimmy. Come on. Now.
Well, I guess I could get the visual on it. By the
Okay.
way, Chris says 15. The
Oh, you ain't
Hawks,
touching
the
Mason
Falcons
Graham
have
at 15. You better trade up.
I mean, Will Johnson, if he fell that far, I'd be concerned.
I
wouldn't
thought
you?
there was going to be 3 or 4 Michigan guys in the top 10 of
supposed
this
to be
draft.
4 in
You know
the
what I
first
love?
round.
Kenneth Grant fall to Lions, or is that's?
I
I love
don't
Kenneth
know.
Grant.
Who's
I love
Eddie Grant?
Kenneth?
Kenneth
Oh.
Grant.
Who's
He was
that?
right next to Mason Graham. on the
Not
line.
Bud Grant's kid.
And Foster Grant's brother.
Yeah.
Foster Brooks?
If you're in the sunglass technology.
Oh.
Travis Hunter, Jags pick.
Dude, why are you so dark over there, Rich? You know what it is? It's that light's on over there.
Oh yeah.
It's starting to look better.
Messing us up.
I think we're down half a gigawatt up
There
here.
you go. Kind of weird. Okay.
Gigawatt. Good. This is like a 4-7 bourbon for me. This is very
4-7.
tasty. Glad I probably didn't share with you fellas.
D-Dub? D-Dub's going to give it the same rating he gives every bourbon because he has no opinion on
Yeah,
bourbon.
what is that? Like a 3.9? 4.1? Let's call it a 4. 4.0.
It's good.
It's good. I mean, it's like,
Oh, who'd
it's
the
more-
Jags take? Sorry. Who'd the Jags
Hunter.
take? Hunter.
Travis.
Okay.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Hurst
Giants are on the corner.
Helmsley.
Okay.
One of Tone's favorite.
Hunter.
So the
Wrestlers.
Giants are
Triple
supposed
H.
to take Kareem
West.
Abdul
Jabbar.
something. What's his name?
Giants I have as boop, 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 boop.
Abdul Rahim. I don't know his name.
Yeah, is an Arab fella, which fits right
You guys
into
are
our
coming
market.
off a little racist right now.
He's the
I
guy
don't
that-
know his
Abdul
name.
He
That's
was
all I
the,
said.
He was the guy that didn't.
Penn State fella.
He didn't come out for the national anthem. That guy, right? Is that the
He
guy?
didn't?
That was the guy that was stirred up some controversy.
I could go for a little more of this, Tone.
Yeah.
So you pass this down
Oh,
the
yeah,
way.
yeah.
This is pretty good.
Get this refill. That's it. You told me to
This
stop.
is my kind of familia right here.
You told me to stop.
You and it's you would never mind. Okay, where
He's
we at on
got
this?
far too many teeth for that.
Oh yeah,
That's-
well, I was gonna,
Am I next?
yeah, you're next,
All right.
Towns.
This is a pretty solid one.
What do you drink it out of?
I got my Dixie cup. I think it's a Dixie cup. But we ran out of cups, but this is still good.
So you're taking some mouthwash there.
I think you get the aroma better when you got a constricted top there. So
Well, gurgle.
I might use this. I might use this later for my Listerine, but for the moment, this is pretty damn good. I would say 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Do you guys remember Act where you could squeeze it
Yeah.
and it would fill up the little cup on the top?
Yeah.
You remember that
I do remember
mouthwash?
that.
I wish they
No.
should make bourbon like that.
Squeeze the bourbon
That'd
up.
be great.
Yeah, it had like a straw thing like that stuck out of the top of it. Never mind. It's not important.
That's I
Sorry.
would throw that in an old fashioned and give it a mix.
It was called Act.
I would dump some,
ACT, Act.
I would dump some cherries in that and see what happens.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
smoke that bitch.
Go ahead, Rich. You brought it. You rate it.
Oh, I think I already said 4-7.
4-7? I think you said 4-8 actually, but that's okay.
You're requiring double.
Double. You bring it. You rate it twice, Rich.
I think it's good. I'm actually surprised. I don't know. It was like a throw in. Some guy stopped by, and I'm like, "Why are you bothering me on the 15th? Don't you know it's the 15th?" And then it was Jose.
I'm extending all
From
over the
Oxford
place.
Bank.
You know
Yeah.
what's going on?
He's like, "Well, but I have bourbon." I said, "Oh, okay."
Come on
Good
in.
to see you, mister.
Yeah.
Got a new guy at Oxford?
No, he's been around forever. I don't think he. Hopefully, he's not listening as one of our avid listeners. But I don't think he doesn't know we're not a client anymore. So, but thanks for bringing by the bourbon and the goodies. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It is trying to win you back. That's
the way to do it.
When he has bourbon, do you use the little Matt Lauer button under your desk to keep him in, or what do you do?
Well, he brought like a bunch of stuff. Like usually, I just take the stuff and throw it in the kitchen for the staff. But then, like I saw
Not the bourbon.
I was carrying the bourbon, so I just yanked it out of and brought it to my office.
Your partners are probably listening right now, thinking, "That motherfucker."
He's my contact. They don't have a leg to stand on.
Okay, good. Lawsuit forthcoming. I'm going to give this one on the beer or booze scale. Beer or other booze scale. This is really freaking good.
That's solid.
I think it's the best bourbon I've tasted on the show so far.
It's up
Yeah,
there.
there's
I mean-
one that I brought in and I really was excited about, and I thought that was great. This is as good as whatever that was. I don't remember what it was now.
It's good. You hate to,
But
It's a top.
say it's that much better than like some of the big dogs out
No, I
there
think the
that cost $100.
Blanton's, that was better than
Blanton's
this.
good.
This is a top
That
three
was a
bourbon
little
we
bit
tried.
smoother than this, just a wee bit. But this is pretty good.
I just feel like I could drink I can drink it like water. Like after I'd go for my run in the morning, like I could just take
Maybe
this
during your run.
or during the run. Yeah, like a marathon, they give you little cups. I just down some of this. This
Swish
is
it around like tones.
This is a 4.8. Okay, wow, 4.825.
It's pretty hard.
Delicious.
Let's see. Wifey Tones messaged me that my little guy C still has the act that squeezes up for mouthwash.
Oh,
Does he really?
Wow. It's still around,
Okay.
Jimmy.
I think it
Yeah,
kids
still
bubblegum. Kids bubblegum.
Abdul Carter,
Abdul Carter.
third pick,
pick.
is in.
Edge from
And
Pennsylvania.
now, as they
State.
say, Jimmy, the draft begins.
Yeah, now we got the first three out of the way.
Although Campbell seems like the popular fellow these days.
Yeah. How about some trivia? I already played the intro,
Sure.
so I'll just do some trivia.
One more time.
You want me to do it again?
Calling
Wait.
the masters
Kill
of
it.
facts, the sultans of stats, the czars of knowledge.
That was too much for you?
Yeah, I thought it was the one that's like I'm not
Who's that
apple
numbers,
picking.
guys? Oh, that's coming up. We got that. We got a show chock full of action. Is it chock full or chalk full? Do you know what that is?
I think it's
Chalk.
Chuck?
Chalk.
Chalk.
I think
What's
it's
chalk?
I think it's chunk.
Chalk.
Chunk?
Chalk.
Like Goonies?
CHAUK.
Not like ground.
Chalk.
Chunk.
Chunk full of it.
Like chalkboard.
There's a Goonies. There's a Goonies reference. By the way, real fiance Lauren says, I wasn't listening. I was watching the draft with Aid. And then she says, what am I doing? Boy, I wish I could remember what that was in reference to.
The 3-point stance.
3-point stance.
Oh, 3-point stance. Yeah, you do the 3-point stance. Yeah, I'm not talking about football. Here is tonight's Numbers Guys trivia question. In the 2000 NFL draft, how many quarterbacks were selected before Tom Brady? Multiple choice. Gave you guys multiple choice on this
Stupid
one.
question.
Yeah. Was it A4?
Name them all.
We're going to in the answer.
No, I mean name them all now.
I can't name them all now. I could name Vinny Colaiuta, Vinny Testaverde. No, it wasn't that. It was one Dago on there, I think.
Hey, that's offensive.
Hey.
Nah, nobody cares. A4, B5, C6, or D7? 2000 NFL draft. How many quarterbacks were selected before Tom Brady? 4, 5, 6, or 7? And bonus points. Doesn't count for shit. But can you tell me which round Brady was drafted in?
Okay.
Anybody?
Yeah,
Anybody know? Just tell me out loud.
Seventh.
Sixth.
It's either 6 or 7. I think it might have been. I always thought it was 6, but
It is.
it was 7
6?
one year. I don't know.
It is 6.
Rich is right.
6.
It was 6. So if that helps you, I don't know. Maybe.
Not really.
Probably not. No.
Can't get the link, even though I typed it in correctly.
Just go to Numbers Guys live
Wait,
and then
does that look wrong to you?
put a / trivia.
It should be good. That looks right. Looks good.
What was the choices again, Jimmy?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Takes me to the, every week, I swear to God.
Lots of trouble there for Richie.
Trouble.
If,
Trouble with
you
the
have
snap.
if you have a
No
problem, Rich,
trouble.
you can do what Casey did last week and just we'll give you a piece of paper and a pen.
I'll just tell you my pick when we get to it.
JT, I'm going to text you a picture of Hotel Putts set up for the.
Hey, can you text it to the numbers, guys?
Oh,
And I
yeah.
can put it up there.
What's the numbers guy's number?
It's
Is that the W007 one?
yeah, 864-548-3007.
3007.
7. Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be a little easier. I'm just going to back out here for 1 minute, and I can pull that up over here. Let's see. That is... Okay, I'll be able to have that.
Johnny Buckets. Who's this guy?
Terrible.
It's horrible. Terrible.
Like my golf swing.
Okay. I'm going to move right along here now.
Did you get that, Jimmy?
What do we got next?
Let me take a look. I got an image. I sure do. We got some postulations we got to go through, and then we got a lot. We got a lot to cover tonight. Let me put this up here, and go ahead, Dita. What is that?
That is Hotel Putt right now.
That's at the hotel.
Yeah,
Live shot.
That's probably more like the sports book.
that is
Wow.
the sports book.
I thought you guys
believe.
were like talking about some fantasy place.
This looks
No,
like
this
a
is-
fantasy.
This is Ferndale, Michigan.
This is like where the club meets sports.
It is a fantasy because I just got hard.
This is better
Oh,
than
no. No,
it's better than the DK DraftKings shop in Troy.
That is nice. I love that.
got
I
us up
especially
there.
like the blue lights
He's
in the
got
background.
Rich up there, it's equal to the Pistons.
He does.
Wow. I never thought I would see that.
Putter, if I would you, I would put us on one of those smaller screens, but that's okay.
Yeah, throw us up there.
He's got his priorities straight.
That's pretty awesome. Hey, shout out to Hotel Putt.
Hotel.
And I hopefully there's some vacancies. Whoops, that's not the right
Can
thing.
we spend a
Hopefully
weekend
there's some
there?
vacancies.
You know what? Maybe
If you,
for my
wanna,
birthday
if you
night.
don't want to
we'll-
remember your weekend,
We'll
that's
get
the
some,
place
we'll
to-
get some rooms at
It's like
Hotel
Hotel California.
Rich and I spent a week there one night.
A whole week.
One
I stayed
night.
a week at
A
Wardell.
week there one
It
night.
didn't
That's
work
right.
out too well for me.
You,
Did we go
you stayed
back
at
to
the
back?
Wardell Tones?
For a week, I moved in.
You didn't. You're full of shit. You're
The Wardell.
You still got the rash to prove it.
Those are bed bug
I
bites.
believe it could be.
Yeah.
They don't. How do you get rid of bed bugs?
I don't know. You guys
You
know?
light your sheets on fire.
You gotta. I think you got to bomb.
Probably.
You got to bomb the
Yeah,
house.
bomb, smoke bomb.
Yeah.
I mean,
Put the big carnival tent over your house?
Are you? Richie's postulation.
All right, so we got 2 Richie's postulations tonight. One courtesy of Tones, one courtesy of D-Dub.
Oh,
Wow.
Well, how's that work?
Who would like the Richie's postulation? Who would first?
I'll roll with it.
Okay, all right,
for
there
it.
you go.
So, it's Katie mentioned earlier. It's IBS Awareness Month. We've had a lot of talk about my bowels over the last few months, and I want to finally end that and put a pin in my rectum. Not literally, but I want to end the talk. But everybody was asking me what's going on. Thinking
On the
this-
street?
Yeah, people are coming up to me like, what's a fistula? What's going on here?
Can you fit your fist in
Why
it?
did you have a colonoscopy at 42 when it's recommended at 45 and you're pretty healthy, Anthony? What's going on? So I went in last Friday, and that's why I wasn't here, because I was getting prepped last week. I know fans, you missed me. So I was preparing myself for a fistula, which was kind of like an extra little canal from the anal wall.
Yeah, we said tributary last week.
Tributary,
It's
yeah.
actually a tributary, I think, is the way
Tributary,
we're supposed
because
to
it's
say that.
outbound.
Yeah.
Tributary is outbound.
Right.
So now the problem with that is, caused a monthly infection. So I was kind of sympathizing with women because I had a monthly cycle going on for a little bit.
Man, that's horrible.
Fill up, get a little chills, painful, pop. And then I wasn't moody anymore, and I treated my spouse nice for the next 25 days until
Well,
that happened
that
again.
is very similar.
It is similar.
Yeah.
So my concern was it could have been a 2-part procedure because they had to
Close the hole.
possibly cut into my sphincter,
Oof, that doesn't
which
sound
is the
good.
anal wall muscle, I believe. And if they had to cut too deep, I would have been incontinent, right? Incontinent. So I would have been able to force, because I'm a pretty forceful shitter.
You mean you get the bag?
Of course, yeah.
So you got to carry the bag with you?
So, I pushed pretty hard, and that's why I got into this conundrum in the first place. But so I learned my lesson. But there was a 30% chance going into this that it was a 2-part deal. Like, not like a double header, but 5-6 weeks later, a second procedure. And I'm like, that's not cool. 2-3 weeks to recover. and then come back and get it recut, and then 2-3 week recover. I mean, like, I'm looking at after Memorial Weekend before I'm enjoying summertime. Like, come on, man.
Bad news bears.
So they put me under. Fortunately, what happened was it was actually an abscess, which, not knowing, was actually good news for myself, because it was just a deep kind of pimple-like scenario.
Inside your butt, though.
Yeah, so they didn't have to cut any muscle, which made my recovery much smoother. A little painful. Didn't take the oxy that they prescribed me, so if anybody wants some, hit me up, DM. I still got a few pills. 600 Motrins were enough for me. I'm tough enough to...
I'm sure Double D will take those out.
I'm tough enough to get through. So didn't need the oxy. But the part I finished off is the first time I had to insert something rectally. I had to do 2 back-to-back, not like the Pistons, but back-to-back enemas, like 5 minutes apart, and a whole bottle of like this much fluid.
Ooh.
And the problem is I didn't realize maybe I should have warmed it up a little, because when you have like 65-degree fluid, I had to...
Entering a 97-degree space.
So I had to put a towel down in the shower in a fetal position, It was not a cool experience.
So you do it on your side, right?
I was on my side, and the instructions were lay on your side for 3 to 5 minutes until it's rumbling so much that you just can't hold it anymore. So
and then you just plug it in there.
Yeah, but it was like an Arctic vortex up my colon, and the insertion part, it was like a tip like this, but it was lubricated thin.
Yeah.
And I realized for the first time in my life, I didn't like inserting something there.
Wait.
Yeah.
For the first time in your life, you realized that, Tones?
That was the first time I ever inserted something, and I realized...
Okay.
I'd have a bit of a shaky hand, I think.
Yeah. It took me a while, and I didn't know if I was hitting a hole or not, when I was
How many
squirting.
holes you got back there?
I don't know, but...
Well, that's it. He had a tributary.
You start squirting, and you're hoping it's there because you don't want to feel more comfortable.
That's not where... Is that where the enema went into, the tributary?
No, I had to go through
in the anal.
the main chute.
The sphincter.
The main chute. So...
Exit only.
And like 3 minutes later, it's like the instructions, man. Everything was rumbling like a mother. Like, it worked quicker than the colonoscopy drink, and I was like, holy crap! And boom, I had to run to the bathroom, and then I had to redo it again. Like,
you had to do it twice?
10 minutes later, dude.
Oh, dude.
You gotta be clean.
Oh.
So after doing that twice, I came to the conclusion I'm gonna stop talking about anus and rectum going forward, everybody. But for all my switch hitting guy friends out, fans, friends, whatever, the Numbers Nation, if you're really into me, man, I'm just... I hate to disappoint you. I just don't ever think I'm going to be on the receiving end.
No, he's looking for a power bottom.
So
that's Toads.
He's a blue ribbon fella.
I'm not going to return... I'm not going to return any favors. If you want to pursue anything, my hardcore friends, it's going to be a one-way street. So... do with that what you will. Move on. Go on Tinder, find somebody else. But
I don't think it's Tinder.
But still, like and subscribe.
Grinder.
So, thank you very much, and we're gonna move on for my my bowels.
So we're not be talking about your butt anymore.
No, we're putting an end to the bowels.
Ah, cheers to you.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers to your butt.
And your butt.
Yeah.
Cheers to your butt, Tones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great little butt it is. We actually have some calls before we get into D-Dub's Richie's postulation.
I just want to talk about my cans.
We got...
what kind of cans?
Alex, you couldn't pronounce it. I'm calling about facts that I heard.
Wait.
Alex, you're live with the Numbers
love
guys.
that.
What's going on, Alex?
Is this Alex, your old neighbor?
Is this the
Alex.
BT?
Yeah.
BT. I'm on the tour bus, and I heard someone thinks David Gilmour is the shit.
You heard David?
Is that right?
You heard David Gilmour is the shit?
Yes.
Oh, I agree 100%.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you want to hear one note and then you come back in 2 or 3 minutes and it's the same damn note, on a solo. And yeah, if I want to sleep, I'll put on the Division Bell. Maybe get through a couple tracks. By the time you get to the one with Stephen Hawking, maybe you wake up for a minute and then you fall back asleep. But what is this? Remember, they ask Eddie Van Halen who the best guitar player in the world is. How does it feel? And he says, I don't know. Ask Alex. And I'm going to say Leifson because you all couldn't pronounce the Serb pronunciation of my name. But yeah, I'm here, and I'm not happy about this.
All right, now first of all, I think Alex Lifeson is a great guitar player for Rush, awesome. But I think David Gilmour, and this everybody says this about David Gilmour, he plays with a lot of soul, right? Does those mew mew, but
Mason Graham.
I know what you're saying.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got that soul.
This has something to do with something I read.
Is he buying out people's souls? Is he selling his soul? I mean, what is this? He's a white man from Nottingham, and somehow has more soul than a Slav from Toronto. I mean, I'm not seeing it.
Who's this guy?
This has something to do with a tweet that I retweeted.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe we should.
And it was.
Maybe we should.
It said it was a.
It's copyright infringement.
It was a D. Shh. It was a DM, and I retweeted it.
So
I'm probably not supposed to do that.
Well, I'll tell you what. Normally we do DMs first.
It's
so
a
maybe
breach
we
of
should,
etiquette, but I did do that. And
what was it?
So that's probably what Alex is referring to. It says, JT, a big Rush guy, ? The solo in La Villa Strangiato is a David Gilmour ripoff.
No.
And that was from Piper at Gates of Get Off My Lawn.
Also,
let me tell you, the way I feel about this Piper character is the way I feel about gastroparesis, which I had a bout with, and it sounds like this Stoney or guy may have had something similar. Go to Austria, not Australia, as you Yanks may know, but Austria for a little of the culture, and you go there and you work on your digestive tract, and you'll be good. Just to let you know, a little insight from Toronto for you Yanks.
Are we allowed to? I think we charge a tax for advice from Toronto.
It sounds like it was something that should go into a treaty.
It's a tariff. It's a tariff. So you're from Toronto, Alex?
I'm originally a Serb, but yeah, in Toronto. I've been there for a while. My last name translates, as you may know it. I don't want to give it away, but you couldn't pronounce it. And I heard this retweet, and it came to me as a fact on the bus. I'm with the new crew on Envy here. We're touring the Midwest. I know you, Mr. Midwest, may know a lot about that.
Very familiar with
Edmonton and Alberta, and yeah. That's what I've heard. A Yank claiming to be from Alberta. Yeah, that's a tall tale.
The Canadian Midwest might be different from the Midwest you know.
That La Villa Strangulito solo is pretty rad.
Oh, great solo.
Do you like Premier Ford? Is that what it is? Is it Premier Ford?
Let me tell you a little bit about if you want to fall asleep. They say you can time the dark side of the moon to the Wizard of Oz. But I time my sleep schedule to the Division Bell. I put that on for a couple minutes and I fall right asleep.
Have I ever said anything about the Division Bell being awesome? I don't think so. I mean, there's one song on there that I like. That's that. What song is that? It's the only song on there anybody would know.
Yeah, the one with the Stephen Hawking. Yeah,
that's it.
And another thing about Gilmour, he goes around calling himself Sir David. He hasn't been knighted. There's a David Gilmour has been knighted. He's a historian. He's great. And David Gilmour runs around calling himself Sir, like trying to steal the thunder or the lightning, I guess, neither of which are in the Floyd catalog that'll just bore me half to sleep. But I mean, terrible. And I have, and Getty have been.
This could go on for a while.
The Royal Mounted Police have honored us. And let me tell you, Neil, God bless his soul, and Rutsy, God rest his soul, had been honored by the Royal Police. Much greater honor than typing the whomever, whatever queen or king.
You got a favorite Rush solo, Jimmy?
Guitar solo or drum solo?
A guitar solo.
Favorite guitar solo from Rush? Oh boy, I think the Limelight solo is pretty badass.
Limelight's I think my fave.
Yeah, Alex,
Well,
what do you think, Alex?
I can agree with that. That's before Getty and Neil heard Sting, God, and the Police. We went into our keyboard phase and Power. Let me tell you, that was great.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
God.
What was that? I was going to say Done with Mirrors, but that's Van Halen. What was that album that they had? Presto? Was that Rush at their
Power Window?
Power Windows?
Power Windows, Hold
Yeah.
Your Fire.
Hold Your
And,
Fire. Yeah.
Presto was another one when we moved on past that, and then we got back to the good guitar-driven rock and counterparts.
Right. And hey, Alex, before we let you go, what is your favorite Rush album? 2112,
I'd
right?
have to say Vapor Trails.
The
Trails,
new stuff.
definitely.
You like the new stuff.
Yeah. Well, I like the stuff that doesn't have the keyboards, I'll tell you that much.
Well, I agree with you, but you wouldn't say
I
like
like the stuff where I can
2112 or
shine.
what's the one with Lakeside Park? That's
I
Caress of Steel?
like to shine, not like you crazy diamonds and you Gilmore freaks. But,
That song goes on for
I
a
like
long
to shine
time.
on the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to go to sleep
Yeah.
and not wake up, time your division bell or time your shine on your crazy diamonds, and maybe put on the middle part of Animals. That's
that'll
real,
put you to
progressive rock
sleep.
for you.
That'll
Is that
put
the
you
one
to
that's
sleep.
got the Muppets in it?
I don't
Let
think
me put out a shout out to if we can get some numbers on the Grey Cup this year and on the points bet curling coming up in November, I would be happy.
Is it offensive
Not
to
all of
say
it's crap.
Eskimos is my favorite team? Is that offensive?
I don't think that.
I think it is.
I think it is.
They're Elks now.
They have a different name.
They're the Elks. I like that anthem.
All right. Well,
Why is
From
it
Rush?
Eskimos?
Yeah.
I think they're called like Nordic
Yeah.
something.
Why not
How
promote
did you come up with the
promote your
anthem
own
solo?
people?
Aren't they Northern Canadian?
we work with Getty and call Rutsy back for some back when
Yeah,
he's
but that's
passed
not
on now,
offensive.
but back when he was around.
This is
but,
Alex Lifeson, is it?
That's the name you Yanks can pronounce. Yeah.
I think Yanks is an offensive term, actually.
I didn't realize I was talking to rock royalty here, Alex.
Well, he's only had 10 minutes on the show so far, so
royalty in the minimal sense, we do tithe still, but it's very low. We have to. We're still part of the Commonwealth.
All right, Alex
All right,
Lifeson. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for calling in. I can't believe I had no idea I'd be talking to one of my guitar idols.
BT and Rutsy and Dubs and Stony, whatever it is.
Stony, I like Stony.
Just to clear the record.
Can I ask a
All right.
question? At duty free, is tariffs charged at duty free?
I thought that was the
Not
idea.
yet.
Not yet. Okay, not yet. Okay.
Not yet. Hope the negotiations go well.
Okay, it will.
Yeah.
We'll figure this
it's
out.
like lumber and liquor.
Lumber and liquor.
Two main imports from
It's
Canada.
optimism as far as we're concerned, but all right. All right. And have a Sleeman's for me. Have a Sleeman's brown ale for me.
Oh, if I have a Sleeman's, I wish I had a Sleeman's.
I like Gretzky vodka. I tried that out. It's pretty damn good.
That was pretty good.
Not bad. And have a Rickard's Red next week. That'll
Oh,
be
the
part of
Rickard's
business.
Red.
We're getting heated up to a cold fire over here.
Yeah, that's a Rush. That's a Rush reference. Well, listen, Alex. Alex
you can thank Getty
Lifeson.
for that.
Apparently, I feel like I should keep you on longer because you're the most famous person besides the man with the wooden shoes.
We'll let
that has
you
been on
keep
the
out
show.
Canada. It's a great song. You could keep it.
All right. Well, you Yanks have a good night.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for calling, Alex. I love you. I love you, man. Big Alex Lifeson fan. Better than David Gilmour by far. Okay.
Seems like about 40% of our callers are named Alex.
That's unusual. Oh, we have Allie, Mrs. Tones calling about my husband.
Okay.
Is she an Alex?
Mrs. Tones, you're live on the numbers, guys. What's going on, Mrs. Tones?
I'm just wondering one thing.
Yes.
My husband is seemingly very private, yet he literally exposed himself to all of you.
Is that weird to you? 'Cause that's weird to me.
I didn't even sign a HIPAA disclosure. Did you know that?
Oh, it's a huge conundrum to me at this moment. Okay. because we literally just had a conversation not long before he left about keeping things private, yet he literally bared it all.
Well, so
to speak.
I keep things private, but I don't keep my privates private. So it's an inverse reaction.
I'm an OnlyFans subscriber. Good time.
He requested a Richie's postulation to talk about his butt tonight. Earlier, he requested it.
Well, he's putting closure.
I was
putting it to bed.
Closure.
He's sick of talking about it.
But I was helping our fans out. So just in case they run into issues.
The fans are okay. That's all that matters.
That's all I care about. Is my fans.
Allie, do you ever go by Alex?
No. She doesn't like that.
People do call me that, and I don't correct
She gets
them.
offended by that.
You don't correct them. You're so sweet.
Like
No,
40,
I do not get offended.
40% of our callers right now are Alex, and if we add you into the equation, that would put us over 50%.
That's true. That's a good point.
Technically, I am an Alex.
All
so
right.
you can go ahead and add me in
This
there.
is a great show.
Yeah, you are actually more of an Alex than an Allie,
Yeah,
really,
so
if you kept going down your name.
So who came up with Allie for Alexandra? How did that come about?
My mom named me Alexandra after her grandfather, Alessandro.
Alessandro.
Mm-hmm.
But then she loved Allie McGraw.
Allie McGraw. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where Allie came from.
Allie came
I
from.
guess it was supposedly a shortened version for Alexandra. I don't know. I'm just giving the name.
Sounds like a familiar cheers to you.
It does. Familia cheers.
Familia.
Corona,
I wish I had
Familia.
a familia. Oh, here it is. I still got one of those.
Got like
But
everything
anyway,
left.
that was all. That I just needed to give my 2 cents.
Well, we appreciate the call, possibly Alex, but we'll call you Allie
Keep everything
tonight.
private, but your privates. That's what I say.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, Allie. I'm just saying. I thought the same thing. I'm like,
So
this,
you're telling me that I can talk about my vagine.
I wouldn't go that far. You know,
Well, it depends on how much people are willing to
It's
pay.
my
to
private,
pay.
isn't it?
I would start talking about revenue, monthly revenue, and we'll see where we're going here. So.
I think we need to develop a contract of what can and cannot be discussed in public.
call that a non-disclosure agreement.
Non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a prenup, but an after nup. I guess,
Or
you know?
a back end nump.
A button up.
Button up. I button up my back.
Allie, if it's worth anything, it made me uncomfortable.
And we share an office together.
Listen.
We share an office.
And a couch.
Do you know I've never flatulated in front of Duro? I don't think.
That's nice.
He's even
That's
in my
what
office.
matters.
Kindness.
We
wait
can
for
expect that,
How
Alex.
is that possible?
I save
them
them for when Dooley comes to my office. Then I let it rip.
That's good.
So.
Serves them right.
It obviously supports some individuals out of there. I take it.
I will say this, Allie. God bless the guy because he never complains. He never
Yeah.
complains, even when Dooley's around.
See?
He's not complaining. All this time he's had to basically he's got some extra plumbing going on back there.
Yeah.
He's got to call Kevin.
That can't be that can't be
And
comfortable.
the only time JT's in the office, he's sitting at my desk too.
That is true.
That's
Yeah.
true, yeah.
Well, you do need to remember though too that he saves all of his complaining for his home life. Okay.
A successful
I get every
marriage.
detail,
Just a word of
every
wisdom.
Morning, noon, and night detail.
Well, that's a lot.
Save all your complaining for
So if
fiance Lauren. That's what I'd say.
Oh,
it's a lot, it's a lot. That's all I'm going to say.
It's a lot.
I'm
All right,
sorry.
well, you gentlemen, I missed it. I'm sorry. What bourbon are we trying?
Oh,
Mayor Pingree.
Pingree?
Mayor, what's it called?
Mayor Pingree.
Mayor Pingree.
He was actually a mayor of
Mayor
Detroit in
Pingree.
the 1890s.
Bourbon from local Ferndale. Sounds like.
One of the great mayors.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'll be able. So someone, who actually lives in this household will bring some home
Where,
Sure.
and let me.
Where can you get a
taste
total
a
wine?
little out of my Listerine cup.
Can we
Alex,
get it?
I got to tell you,
Can we get
this
that
is
total-
fantastic.
Can
by
we
the
get
way.
that
It's-
total wine,
great.
or where we find this?
I would think so.
Total wine.
I would
Okay,
think so.
we'll try that total. I would make an old fashioned with it. I would try it out.
Can't go wrong with that.
Get the smoker
All
ready.
right. Well, you gentlemen be good and keep me laughing.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Al.
Be blessed.
Love ya.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Dunkarama there. Was that Holland there? During. Gotcha.
The score is 75 Knicks,
It's been
73 Pistons. What's happening in the
Ferocious
draft?
comeback here in the third quarter.
We're in the eighth
actually,
round. We missed a lot of this.
The Raiders took the running back, so I lost my bet there. And then the Jets just took some guy from Africa, Membu.
Membu. At 7?
At 7.
At 7.
So that's where we're at right now.
At 7.
And the Browns took one of Tones' boys over there, Mason
Graham.
Mason Graham.
Oh, I like the way that sounds.
My favorite Wolverine off the board.
Yeah.
That's your favorite one.
Yeah. Mason Graham was a
White
beast.
guy.
White guy.
If anybody else would like to join us live on the air, that number is 717-TNG Talk, also known as 717-864-8255. It is also scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
I mean, I'm not apple picking in April. Are you?
No.
Oh.
Richie's postulations.
Classic.
And here's a Richie's postulation from Daryl.
Oh. Well, after Tones poured his heart out here, all I wanted to talk about
And
was
Colin.
returning some cans.
Oh, shit.
I went the whole tax season because nobody in my house wants to return cans.
No.
You can't even get hold of him to like save up for a car.
He don't
You know,
care.
to-
He don't care. So all those cans piled up, and then on April 16th, aka Wednesday,
You got a boatload of them.
I took them over to Kroger.
Okay.
And now, mind you, my wife, I can't remember what we call her here.
Ethel.
She drinks a lot of Kroger water, bubbly water.
Oh, the bubbly
Sparkling?
stuff?
Like
Yeah,
the lemon,
sparkling.
the fruit flavored one.
The lemon.
Yeah, the bubbly.
That's good stuff.
And so I went to Kroger,
Yeah.
Yeah.
8:01, let's just call it,
PM?
p.m.
It's not AM.
On a Tuesday night,
A
or
Wednesday,
night,
yeah.
On a Wednesday. It's
Son of a
8:01 on a Wednesday night.
The door's locked.
Kroger, no,
They locked the door.
shut the front door. 8
So-
o'clock.
All the doors are locked?
Yeah. I know the one that I'm accustomed to going into by the can return.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I go all the way down to the other entrance, walk all the way back in through the store, past all the registers.
What kind of bullshit is this? Are you repeating like episode 3? My
What?
yeah. This is like, come on now.
Was this the same postulation? That
The
Rich
same
had?
postulation that Daryl said it's not a postulation.
What?
Wait a minute.
This is
not
like
fair.
episode 3 replay to the T.
I want to hear the end of it, though. What happened?
So I get
Does
over
it
there.
finish? Maybe it doesn't finish the same, Rich. We have to
I'm lingering here.
I get over there, and guess
let it
what?
linger.
The cans are there. That's blocked off. That's all shut down. 8 o'clock. They shut that down completely.
This is the same damn postulation that Rich already had.
So then I go over to Meyer.
Yeah,
Kai.
postulation rewind.
I go over to Meyer, and here's the problem with Meyer. Half my cans are from Kroger. They don't take those back.
Not returnable. Not returnable there.
So I had to walk through the store with half of my cans
Oh, probably shit
and my
dripping.
little ticket. Last but not least, I get up to the register. I put my ticket in. It's like
Yeah.
it doesn't recognize it.
Denied.
I got to get the gal to come over and punch it in manually.
Fuck that. That sounds.
That sounds horrible with a
That
massive bag of
concludes Richie's postulation.
I'm sorry. I think that was the
Is
exact. Did you? Is that word
we're
for
already
word?
here to it's like the Friends episode. They go take the best of episodes
Yeah.
and redo them and make
Richie's
it a whole
postulation
episode.
replay. That's what that was. As done by D-Dub.
Yeah.
That was enjoyable.
Been there before. Those manufacturers, those okay.
Is it a request for Tony to chat about his BMs? Or for Dubs to tell us he's a hilltop man? Maybe it's for JT from the Proud Boys clan. It could be for Richie. Queens Bar is where you'll see him. You never know what we get. Sliding into our DMs. Sliding into our DMs.
I'll tell you what, man. I'd love to have Alex Lifeson play a little fucking
We should
over
do
top
that.
of that.
I'm just glad
That'd be
there's
great.
less girls up here.
It smells worse. Sliding into our DMs. So before we get to the DMs, my wife, Casey's channel, she chimes in. She says, all I can say is wow, and my mother is horrified. Wow. She's laughing.
Your can story was that bad, DW?
No, I think that was about your butt, Toads. I think that might have been about your butt.
I would beg to differ.
I don't know. So we have a big social media presence. Huge, actually. Really.
Massive. Big league.
Bigger than the YouTube channel, for sure. And D-Dub, he is in charge of that, and he monitors and responds to all the DMs. So if you want to give us some
You want to do this?
inbound, sure.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Judge not, lest ye be judged. That's from Dylan More Than a Name.
Oh.
Deep.
I was watching the
Judge not.
the Bible series on History Channel, and I don't know if that quote came up.
I don't know if it's got a place in the Bible or it's just something somebody.
Just a
We're
random.
going to talk about one of those big Dylans that
Big what?
one of the big Dylans that run the latchkeys where Rich's kids go.
Oh yeah.
So is that John, Luke, or Socrates?
Socrates.
What's KC's commission rate? That's from Alex Wyatt.
Alex had that all mixed up.
JH29.
Nah, fiance Lauren is the realtor, not Casey. Yeah. Let's nip that in the bud.
Richie, aren't you a big Shador guy? What's your take on the rumors he's dumb, a bad teammate, and not that good? That's from Stillers for Life or After.
I agree with all that.
I think that's a lot of GMs just hoping he falls to him, trying to get a deal. This is the time of year where you put up the smoke screens and everybody lies to each other. So
You still high on him?
Oh, I'm high on him. I'm high on life. I like Shador. It's going to be great. If the Browns are smart, they'd pull a draft day-esque move right now, come back in the first round, get themselves a Shador to pair with Mason Graham, go make the playoffs, baby.
Okay.
JT.
Ever seen that movie, by the way? Draft Day?
I did watch it.
I haven't seen that.
It's a little far fetched though, but it's interesting. It's
You need trading 5 future second-round picks for a first to get back in the first round.
They trade 5 future second-round picks?
Yeah.
It was it's pretty wild, but it's interesting if you draft it.
It is. I actually caught the fiance watching it. I walked in and I said, "Is this draft day? Like you're watching draft day? Like this is something I can get into."
And that's when you knew. At that
That's
moment.
when I knew we got right into the 3-point stance.
And then he put a ring on it.
That was first round material.
Okay.
Richie, what a stupid name. That's
Where's that from?
Dylan Z 2009.
You're getting some pushback on the Dylans now.
Wow.
Oh, I know. The Dylans will not like me.
I love it. More Dylan. I want more Dylans.
D-Dub, no reserve on that North Face sweatshirt featured in episodes 104 and 45. That's from Gary K on eBay.
Gary K.
JT, 6'3", I didn't even know you could stack S-hit that high. That's from At the Playground. At the Playground.
Is that the at sign or
At
the playground?
At the Playground.
Not good. Not good.
Who are the Lions taking first tonight? Will Johnson? ? That's from At
Tone says.
Lions Dan Campbell fan.
That's what I heard. The latest, but I don't believe anything because the Lions are tight-lipped, so I don't believe any smoke from the Lions. They're buckled down.
I mean, the thing is like a lot of it's all their control, right? I mean, they don't pick for 20 more picks.
I mean, if he falls and we got a really young secondary, I wouldn't.
My only question is, what will Johnson ever do? He didn't play last year.
Well, here's the thing: we beat Michigan.
I don't like guys that don't play.
I'm not gonna
Mike
say you're
Williams.
right. Michigan beat Ohio State and Alabama with no Will Johnson in the lineup.
Exactly.
So I don't know. He might be more flash than anything
I've heard
else.
boomer
A
bust.
little more sizzle.
Yeah.
Boomer bust.
Yeah.
By the way, Realtor Lauren says we were already engaged. It was like 2 weeks ago, but no mention of the 3-point stance. So
She didn't deny it.
Then
did not deny it.
I can neither confirm nor deny it.
Wait till I show her the 4-pointer.
What is that?
I don't know. I gotta come.
We can't.
I think it involves an extra hand.
I was gonna say you only got. Oh yeah, okay.
So next, okay.
Detroit basketball. Jalen Brunson Jalen Brunson going back to New York in a body bag. That's from Stones, Moans, and Groans.
I like that.
I thought it was going to be
that.
from the guy from Cobra Kai. Put him in a body bag, Johnny.
And I already read you the one from the Rush guy. The JT, a big Rush guy. I guess somebody knew you were a big Rush guy.
I love Rush. I had a Rush shirt on a couple
Did
of
you,
weeks
ever,
ago.
did you ever see Rush? What
You know what? I never saw Rush.
was their
if
last?
you can believe
what
that.
was their last tour in this area?
Probably the one that you gave me tickets to.
I gave Daryl tickets
You
to.
gave?
Yeah.
You didn't give me tickets?
This is before U-Tones, I think.
There's no before tones. Life didn't
was,
exist.
I think this was still in the Amanda era.
Yeah. I was heading out of town, and I had Rush tickets, and I had to give them away, so I gave them to.
I would have seen Rush.
Yes.
I would have went with you. I
The
didn't know
solo
you.
in La Villa Strangiato.
Bam, bam,
Sliding.
bam.
David Gilmour ripoff. You think that's true?
No, two totally different guitar players.
I think Alex was a little offended by that.
I love David. I love David Gilmour too. I know Snoop does, but
Is that not foul?
Bam.
That's
No.
it tonight,
Never
guys.
make
That's it for the DMs.
all right, those are good DMs.
I'll check back later. You never know; some more might pop up.
No, you never know.
It's an active night.
It's
A lot
a
of stuff going on.
fluid situation.
Oh,
gender fluid.
Saints took Kelvin Banks Jr. Who's
This
this?
was not on the radar.
That's not Jackson Dart.
Not on the radar.
That was a plus 2,500 there.
It was?
At least.
I don't even know who this guy is.
This guy came out of nowhere.
Offensive tech.
Does that
Wow.
mean? Does that mean they're not going to draft 3 quarterbacks in the first round?
Probably
guess
not.
not.
Probably not.
Yeah, the under 2.5.
You had the under?
That's looking
Not
solid.
me, but I mean,
Oh,
you could.
gotcha.
That's looking solid.
It's looking pretty good, huh?
I would think.
What are the Saints going to do? They're going to really roll out Rattler again? There's no way.
Did they roll out Rattler?
Too many times.
Yes, but he wasn't their first choice.
Yeah,
Well,
why-
I think Carr's hurt for like
Another
portion
year?
of the year.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
Why didn't they go? I don't know.
It's because they're the Saints.
They're saying-
Didn't they have somebody in between Carr and Rattler though?
I want to say yes, but I don't remember who
I
that
don't
cat
remember
was.
who either.
You would certainly hope so.
Jimmy didn't let Rattler affect his betting.
No,
on the
No,
Saints.
I said I put more on it.
It
with
was
Rattlers in it.
all over
Coulda
that
put
pick.
more on it
Yeah.
against what was that, Denver?
Yeah, they had no real skill position players that time either. I said, this is the week.
They must have one hell of a defense.
You wonder why I'm negative
Just
now.
like OJ.
Right.
One
the dream team.
hell of a defense.
Yeah, that's okay. Speaking of negative, let's take a look here. Here we go. We got Richie down 17.74 on our top picks. You got D-Dub down 13.
I couldn't even catch up with
Oh,
Tones.
you were close though, man.
Wow, we're like
You
Neck
guys
and
are-
neck.
Yeah.
we're
I had a
pu-
big week last
That's
week.
a pubic hair
Oh,
difference.
Jim went pink.
As my grandpa used to say, a gnat's cock separates D-Dub and Tones right now. And then me, for the first time since 2003, this time of the year, I'm down 0.6.
Tennis hasn't been as bountiful as we
Is that
hoped.
Jameer?
It is. Jimmy.
Just so everybody should know out there, other famed ladies tennis bettors like Gil Alexander
Yeah.
and the other guy from VSiN
Oh,
are
there's another
both
guy?
negative right now. So don't feel bad.
Oh, it's been tough, man.
Is women tennis
It's been
that?
tough.
Is it really different?
Now, guys, Rich, maybe you remember last week I took 2 units on Scotty Scheffler,
I do.
and I took 1 unit on
The guy who won.
Justin Thomas.
JT.
But I'm
Now-
going to interrupt you as I do. Let's talk about real life, not show life. Because
In
you
real
had.
life, I texted you on Wednesday night.
You did.
I had
Big win. Big
win. Big
JT. I had JT plus 2,400.
Yeah. $100, right?
Yes, sir. That was a big win for me.
$2,400.
A big boon for me.
Congratulations.
I
man.
lost
That's
another.
great.
I lost 1,000 of it trying to offset it.
Well,
I
good
don't like
shit.
that Brunson
At least you
fellow.
won something, man.
Yeah.
That's hard to do. That was great.
But
It's
if
hard
I,
to like.
you know,
versus
He's a twerp.
19.
if I had it on the show, I'd be the
Floppy.
leader right now and it wouldn't be close.
No, of course. That's the way it always works out, man. Should put more on it, but that's awesome.
These are the
Congratulations.
restraints of our show.
Right.
It's a Thursday show. Unfortunately, everybody's already teed off by then.
That
Here's
was
the
a
thing.
big win for you, Dubs. I was happy. That's a good coin.
Big
It's a
win.
great win
Fun to
for
win
everybody.
those.
I think that's probably bigger than my biggest win.
What's your biggest win?
Probably $1,200.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won that. Remember that teaser I had, Daryl, when we went out for your anniversary or something? That was a big win for me. I had came down to Notre Dame, Clemson. I did the same thing you were doing, though. I started hedging against it. You should have just left it.
Yeah.
It was like I had the perfect teaser. It was like 5, and then the big leg of that was like South Carolina over Clemson plus 22 or something. And I had the money line.
Yeah.
That's why, I mean, you get like one part of that leg that, Daryl won it with one guy, which is nice, but he's going against 70. I mean, so it's just nice on those teasers. You get like a far part of it that you can play around like the rest of the.
You can fuck around. Yeah, no, congratulations. That's a great win. Great win.
Yeah.
Whoopee.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Whoopity do.
What's the
88
Down
82.
6.
We got about 12 more minutes to play.
Okay.
12 and a half.
Going into the fourth.
Going in the fourth. So this is the first time they've been trailing in the fourth.
This is the first time.
Possibly. Looks like it is.
I imagine the crowd there at LCA's got to be.
Gotta be banging.
Got to be banging.
That's what they were suggesting on VSiN today.
Well, they brought back the Thunder Sticks.
All the time,
But
back in the day.
It's a big place. It's not like it's the Palace, which was
Right.
That's true.
was big in its time. Don't get me wrong, but
Right.
this is twice the size. It's just hard to get a crowd to be that.
Have you been there
vociferous.
though? Have you though? You been there?
I've been there, but not for the Pistons per se. But I've been there for the Red Wings. It was
I mean,
loud
it's kind of
enough.
built. It's built like it's built up. It's like you would think it would keep the noise in there pretty good. It's big. It holds more people, but I don't know. Like it's almost like too. When you get to the top, it's almost like too steep of a.
I've heard that. I've heard that from multiple.
I get what's called the vertigo when they go.
Yeah, I do too. I don't like it. By the way, Putt in the chat, he says the NFL schedule will come out May 14th. Putt, why don't you come on the show for the May 14th
Unveiling?
schedule release? Love to have you.
Is that Thursday?
You and
That'd be
Dan
great.
Dub. Rich will kick Rich off for that night. And we got some top picks. Richie. Hold on.
Yeah, you might as well drop this.
the top.
Did he get picked?
He got picked by the Raiders. He went 6th, so if you had him in the sixth spot, I believe that paid a decent coinage earlier, so good for you. He's a Raider. Yeah, this one's still to be determined. Stones have gotten close in this half, and then the Knicks have pulled away a little bit, so we'll see what happens in the fourth.
By the way, Putt checked his calendar. He said that's a Wednesday. It's okay. You come on the May 15th.
The day
We
after.
could break down every week of the NFL. I can tell you all the lines on the 16th. So
Yeah, that's going to be a. That's what that's going to be that week. By the way, El Tigres.
And then tomorrow we got Casey Mize
Wow,
on
you're
the
putting
bump.
3. You're putting 3.
It's
on
3.
that?
The Orioles rotation's been terrible. They got like a guy with a 70 ERA. Mize has been great. I don't see any reason he doesn't keep that up tomorrow.
I think Tigers got the most solid rotation top to
I think the
bottom.
Tigers have
Great
looked like the
rotation.
best team. I don't care if the Indians are half a game behind them. They haven't played the same quality of teams.
No. Tigers.
And they look the part. They look good. The Tigers every game they look good, even in some of their losses. And if you look at the run differential, the Tigers are like plus 32, and the Indians are minus 1 or something
And
like
you
that.
could argue Tigers had the toughest opening month schedule out of anybody.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And they took lost. They had they could have won or 2 against the Dodgers, but hey, Padres are just as good as them. They took 2 out of 3. So
I'm riding with the Tigers all year, man.
All right. Nobody else any picks?
Hometown Tones.
Unfortunately, I didn't get it.
No.
I
Dub?
got nothing for you.
I will
got
be
nothing.
I'll be on next week for some.
Tones is going to retain his lead next week.
Oh no, my boy is going to the Bears for frick.
Oh, they went with Colston Loveland instead.
I do like some Colston Loveland,
They
but-
went with him over the Penn State tight end. That's interesting.
I think Colston Loveland's. Listen, he was throwing up numbers with a Michigan offense that had no forward pass. Like this, he was like the only weapon on offense last season. So
Yeah, he'll be good in that Bears offense.
yeah,
Why not?
he's a solid T.
I know that Jalen Warren isn't Jalen the Warren kid or whatever his name is from Penn State was supposed to be the.
If he has a QB thrown to him, he's money.
It's got the guy with the painted nails. He'll be just fine.
All right. Let's do this real quick. Here is the trivia question.
Jim, you had nothing?
Now I got nothing this week. Now I ran out of time. I was going to put some tennis in today, and then Plus,
although
I'm-
I was confident of the round he went, I'm not as confident as this. But it's got to be C or D. I'll say D.
You're going to
is my
say
guess.
D7. D7. Okay. And Tones says D7. Dubs says B, which would be 5.
So it must be C. Right?
Motherfucker. Everybody gets it wrong. It's C. He was selected 6th of
I
the
could
2000.
not remember it was C or D.
It's
Yeah.
kind of wild that only 6 QBs are drafted all the way going into 6.
That's a bad
Is that
draft.
normal though?
No.
What's an average amount of QBs?
That seems. I don't know. That's maybe normal. I'd say it's average. I got
6.
It seems a little light, but
One
God,
Q-
these quarterbacks. Look at Giovanni Carmazzi for Christ's
Yeah,
sake.
that's
No.
the Italian guy I was thinking of.
But think about that, one quarterback per round. That seems pretty,
Right.
Pretty
That seems
light.
a little light.
I don't know.
What year was Barron Sanders drafted?
Who?
Barron?
Who?
Barron?
You call him Barry? 88 or 89?
9, I think.
Let's say 89.
89. So Troy Aikman was drafted that year.
He was. Dion?
Who do you think was the second quarterback drafted, and where do you think he was drafted?
The second QB.
Yeah, what round?
89
Yeah.
after Aikman.
Yeah.
I'll say I can only think of one guy.
Who?
Chris Chandler. 3rd round.
I don't think that's right.
He was a rookie that year, I thought.
I got Rodney Pete in my head.
Okay.
5th round.
Was
I
he
thought he was
88?
90.
Or 90. He was after.
Rodney P was 90, I thought.
He was like the first. He was a top pick.
I think he was drafted the same year as Barry.
When was Andre Ware? 88?
Andre Ware's like
1
93.
year later. No, 1 year later.
He was
91.
after?
So probably 90, right?
So Rodney P was a 6th round pick.
5th or 6th round.
Yeah. I thought it was the year after Barry. I could be wrong on that though. Barry he didn't play quarterback that year.
Who's that?
Rodney when Pete was a rookie or when Barry was a rookie.
Was it hip also? Or
I'm
no?
gonna
I think
say
they rotated those 3 guys, didn't they?
I think he was a 90 pick. I could be wrong though.
You're wrong.
Okay.
But I think those were the only 2 quarterbacks drafted that year.
Wow.
I think.
No. A whole draft with 2.
I think so. One
That's
year,
got-
Jim Drunkenmiller, I think, was the only guy drafted.
Chris Chandler was a rookie. Maybe he didn't get drafted.
How
But
do you-
they had to have 12 rounds back
Undrafted
then.
free
didn't they?
agent?
How do you go 6-7 rounds with 2 quarterbacks?
Because
That
there's
just
only,
seems-
you realize there was only like 60 in the league or 90 depending on the year.
Yeah, but still, like quarterbacks, the GMs like fall over.
Well, the year before actually wasn't 87. Vinny Testaverde was the first pick, wasn't it?
Probably.
I
Was
mean,
that 88 then?
88, 87. I was thinking 87, but I don't. Those years are kind of all run together for me. So
Jimmy, you want to fact check this?
he's like,
Not particularly. No, I'm going to get back up here.
maybe something we look up after the show.
Yeah, after the
fact
show.
checkers.
When we look some up, Beck look some up. I closed my computer here.
Maybe Putt can
Thought we were
tune in.
done.
Maybe Putt can chime in.
Other quarterbacks of the 89 draft, please.
Let me look at 1989 draft quarterbacks. I'll do that right quick.
I feel like Barry might have been drafted in 88. Is that wrong?
His pro set was 89.
There was 2. There was one where he's in his Lions jersey, and there was one where he was in his Oklahoma State jersey.
Not in pro set. Oh, the one you're
Pro
talking about.
set and
Score. Score
Both
had
of
him
them.
in. Score had him in his Lions jersey.
Pro
Okay,
set had him.
89 was Troy Aikman,
Yes.
Jeff Carlson, Mike Eikens,
What about Jeff George? He had to be around there.
negative.
Or
Anthony
maybe 91, 92.
Dilweg.
These are all quarterbacks drafted.
That's what this
I've
is
never heard of
saying.
any of these guys.
Billy Joe Tolliver,
I heard.
I heard of
Yes.
Eric Wilhelm,
No.
There's a lot of quarterbacks
and
drafted.
Jeff Francis.
There you go.
This is what it says here. American
Somehow
football
I'm
quarterback.
way off. What the hell?
Check D Dubs for an aneurysm.
Oh, here's a little bit more. We trust Wikipedia.
Sure.
Okay,
I mean,
quarterback Aikman, running back Sanders, Derek Thomas, and Deion Sanders.
Tony
And
Mandrich.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, interesting.
That's like taking the fellow from like the Pistons drafting in that. They took the victory cigar, Darko. They're in the top 5. You can't go wrong except for one pick.
Instead of Carmelo, right? Darko instead of
Carmelo,
Wade, Bosch.
yeah,
Bosch.
they were all there. LeBron obviously didn't have a chance at him, but
Darko.
crazy they had
He
the
was
second
selected
pick.
in the 6th round of the 1989 NFL draft.
Pete was.
Yeah.
He even named him.
That's weird, man.
You know who was? I'll tell you who was the first round supplemental pick that year.
Walsh.
That's right.
Steve.
Does he count? Because the
No.
Cowboys had to give up a first round pick.
He doesn't count. Steve Walsh and then Tim Rosenbach.
Tim Rosenbach. Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out Tim Rosenbach. Cardinal great.
You guys shout out, Rich?
No, not really.
Perfect.
Shout out.
Tones?
Shout out. I don't. Not much going on right now.
No? How about your ass surgeon?
My doctor, Dr.
Butsky?
Eichenberg, who
That'd be funny.
performed my surgery on Good Friday, and it was Jewish. So yes, thank you.
He didn't remove,
Rosh Hashanah?
he didn't remove
Shout
anything
out.
else, did he?
Passover didn't coincide with Good Friday.
You kept your foreskin?
Yeah, Yom Kippur.
Yep, they did not circumcise me double. And
Oh, you
yeah,
already- you
thank
already
you.
circed.
Thank you for the. When I woke up, I'm gonna be honest.
Shout
You're
out.
coming out of anesthesia. I was knocked out for this one, not like my colonoscopy. Like, wake up. First thing I asked, do I need a second procedure? So I was alert. I was on
Yeah,
my
you
game.
were ready to go.
I was like, you know,
I had heard
I was
you-
in the huddle. I'm like, what's the next fucking play? What's the fucking play?
I had heard you said, "Do I need a second opinion?" Meaning,
Too late.
But I asked the nurse. I'm like, she's like abscess. I'm like, fuck yeah, abscess, bitch.
Shout out.
That's what I
I
said.
thought we were done talking about your butt.
Now, pin in it.
Never ends.
We're done. All right.
Shout out to abscess assholes everywhere.
remove
Shout
the
out.
abscess.
Talking about AAU
It's,
meeting.
Islands unicorn song.
Shout out.
What do you got, D-Dub?
Shout out to. I got nothing either.
Papa.
Shout out.
Papa Tones, happy birthday tomorrow.
Oh!
Shout out,
Tones tomorrow.
Patrick.
Patrick, yes, Papa Tones.
Shout out.
Saw him in the parking lot the other day. He was admiring your tires.
He was. He liked my tires.
Said your tires are jacked.
They're jacked. Well, I'm turning my lease up in a couple months. So.
Shout out.
Oh, shout out to Papa Tones.
Papa
Love that.
Tones,
Love
big
that.
birthday tomorrow.
Big birthday. Shout out to
Shout
I'm
out.
going to give a shout out to Papa Tones as well. One of my favorite people. We got Snoop in the chat now, says Foul Troubles. Just here for the comments and Anthony's neuter music. Hey, by the way, Snoop, I put something in your mailbox today. Not the mailbox at your house, but the mailbox here at the studio.
Keep an eye out for orange Mancoons for
Shout out.
Mrs. Tones. So.
Yeah, we're all looking for orange
Keep
Maine
an eye out.
Coons. I'm going to give a shout out to my mother-in-law,
Shout out.
who said that I appeared towards the end of last show to have a lot of saliva in my mouth while I was talking. I tried slurring a little
That's
bit.
harsh for your
Shout
son-in-law.
out.
Yeah. Well, I get it. It happens sometimes. Sometimes my mouth waters. And
Shout out.
to my beautiful wife,
Shout out.
what else do I got? Oh, I'm going to give it to dietitian Katie and neighbor Stacy. She was here and gone.
Shout out.
They
And
were
she
here.
took the other broad with her.
Yeah, they all left.
Is that offensive, bro?
No,
No, I don't think so.
I don't think this is offensive to Daryl telling her to shush. Or he's talking, just trying to make a point for Christ's sake.
No, that was the right thing to do.
Shout out to you guys. You guys, my second me familia.
Shout out.
Oh, well, thank you.
I call
Corona.
her.
Familia.
I call her off-putting Katie.
You know what?
Pudding.
I was having my roof done, and if I knew about Familia, I would have bought it for all the Mexicans on my
Oh,
roof
the
today.
Mexicans. I think that's really what this is. If you read between the lines, that's what this is for. It's
Yeah.
for the actual Mexicans.
They would have been. They were all over my
Yeah.
roof for the last 2 days.
I had. There was a strong Mexican population when I had my sod put in
Oh, of course, yeah.
at my first house.
But I did a hand check because I could tell MS-13 tattoos by hands.
Okay.
And checker
Oh, you
job.
can.
Handshake.
Yeah.
It was that was 19 years ago and I offered these guys. I had a cooler full of Coronas and waters, and they only
Well, that's
drank.
offensive.
They only
to
drank the
Mexicans.
water.
They drink.
They only drank the water.
Wait,
But
you
I-
rolled up to a bunch of Mexicans and offered a bunch of Coronas?
They were working on my lawn.
He had Corona, Dos Equis,
Like,
and
at
some
least
so-
brown
offers up
water.
some Pacifico, for Christ's sake.
They were sewing that stuff together.
Pacifico Claro, Coronas.
That's too high end for them.
Dos
They're like,
Equis and brown water.
Yeah.
I did offer cervezas to the crew, but they're like, it's liability, you know. Falling
That's
off
not
my-
what a
Like,
Mexican
they have
offensive.
insurance
Like,
tones.
hey, what's up? It's a
They're like,
fucking liability, bro.
Ay caramba, roof falling. You know?
I have some Mexican clients, and we find it offensive, Anthony. Just a heads up.
Yeah, shout out to
We're gonna get a lot of DMs about that next week.
Chihuahua, what is it? Chihuahua Lawn Care?
Chihuahua Landscaping. Yes, they are.
Landscaping.
They do a bang up job. They did
Because
my.
that would be offensive. If,
They did my bricks. That's a reference not to Taco Bell. It's a reference to the part of Mexico, Chihuahua.
yeah.
It's like
Shout out.
a state.
Ay.
It's like a state in Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little farther south.
Could they be the 51st state? That area?
I don't think it's big enough.
That's not big enough.
Where he took their golf. What else we
We
gonna
took
take?
the golf.
Right.
Yeah.
That's actually our
We'll
golf.
take
We
their-
just took it back.
Shut up.
We'll take
Shared.
Tijuana.
It's not-
Tijuana's ours. Yeah, see? Tijuana River. We're fucking taking Tijuana.
Okay, Snoop in the chat one last time. He says a gift or a red flag. It's just a little gift, a little something I saw and thought of you, Snoopy. So, anywho, that's going to do it. That backfired on me miserably. The paper
Peace.
throw. We'll be back next Thursday, 7:30 p.m.
Mark that in your calendario.
Your calendario. When you're at a biblioteca? Is that what that is?
Offensive. Offensive.
Hey, go Pistons, by the way.
Detroit basketball.
They could ever hit a three.
Yeah.
This like